Raider Nation, welcome to the debut of Friday Night No Huddle. No timeouts, no excuses. This show is about truth, not comfort, not spin, and definitely not covering for failure. Tonight we kick this thing off the right way with a guest who represent the heartbeat of Raider Nation, a lifelong fan who's been here for the glory days, the heartbreak, and what we're living through right now. Peggy Holmes doesn't hold back. She doesn't hold punches. She doesn't sugarcoat things, and she doesn't settle for excuses from players, coaches, or the organization itself. Peggy brings passion, fire, and accountability, the kind this franchise desperately needs in this state. If you're looking for soft takes, this isn't going to be a show tonight. So strap in, lock the helmet, stay ready, because this is Friday Night No Huddle, and Peggy is about to bring the heat.
401. 401. Silver and black, yeah, we never fold. New winning roots with a Raider soul. East Coast grind, West Coast pride. Raider Nation, worldwide. 401, say it loud. 401, feel that sound from the stands to the screen. This is Raider Talk with 401 Raider Jeff. Win or lose, we ride it out. Raider Nation, hear us shout. Hit that bell, show respect. Silver and black. 401 Raider Jeff. 401. 401. 401.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a No Huddle. And with my guest tonight, the one, the only, Miss Peggy Holmes. Peggy, how you doing, sweetheart?
Just fine. And you told me to tell them a little bit about me. Of course, I've been
Go
a Raider
for it.
fan since '68. Dad bought me a Daryl LaMonica jersey when I was 9 years old. But I've been with Raider Nation really about 25 years. I've traveled, gone everywhere. Started a Raider club in D.C. We were up for 20 years. And then I retired. But it was a wonderful experience. I met great people like you, Jeff, but I've been all over the nation, appeared on all kinds of shows, and my passion, like you said, is the Raiders. Most definitely.
Undeniably, it's your passion.
Mhm.
I met Peggy about 10 years ago when I was still with the New England Raider Booster Club. We had our 10-year anniversary. We went to Canby Lake. And she came all the way up from D.C. to spend the weekend with our club and to celebrate our 10 years. And that was the first time I got to meet her. And we hit it off. We started talking right away, and we've been in contact since then. I've met her a few other times prior to that. She came up here this year for the New England Raiders, the Raiders and the Patriots game. And at the Al Davis ceremony, when the ceremony was over, we found
Mhm.
ourselves, the two of us, sitting in the park on the bench side by side, talking about the team and talking about everything. We weren't even over there with the Mark Davis and everybody else getting pictures with Plunkett and
Mhm.
everything. The two of us were sitting on the bench furthest away from everybody talking Raiders. So
Yes, we
this is the
were.
passion she has. She's not with the glitz and the glamour trying to meet everybody. She wanted to sit down and talk Raiders. And yeah, it was great having you up here that weekend. And I was hoping you were going to be in Philly last weekend, but
I
as
know
it would have
it.
it, the weather didn't help either. So
Well, but that's okay because I'm sticking with this team no matter what what's going on. I want to see every quarter, every player in every quarter. I want to see the coaching decisions. I want to really know the why. Let's think that's one thing that us Raider fans don't do enough of, the why. We just like instant react. We're feeling some kind of way, aren't we?
yep, yep. Just to let everybody know, if you have a question that you want to ask Peggy about anything to do with the Raiders, Raider history, what's going on with the team, just do hashtag Peggy. I'll star it, and we'll go to him when we get the chance. because I know the chat's probably going to be active and everything. And just, I want to let her have her chance to vent, because that's the main reason she wanted to come on. Is she wanted to come on and talk about the state of the Raider organization and the team and what we see on the field. So without that being said, first I'm going to say salute to everybody in the chat. So thank you all
Hey,
for being here.
everybody. Thank
And
you.
Peggy, the floor is yours, my dear. I'm going to let you just start it right off.
If anybody's been looking at my posts, and I've gotten, pretty good audience to my posts, I always talk about winning football. And I'm looking around the league and I'm seeing how the winning franchises, the franchises that are always in the playoffs every year, what are they doing that the Raiders are not? And the first thing that always comes up is the GM position. The GM is the guy that puts the talent on the field. The GM is the person who is the check and balance on what these head coaches are doing. Every single head coach, excluding Dennis Allen, he didn't know what he was doing. But Del Rio, Gruden, McDaniels, they came in here, they took over the front office, they even brought their little butt buddies with them, right? Gruden brings Mayock. McDaniels brings Ziegler. The problem with the Raiders is the strong front office role is totally absent. We always trying to bring in newbies, starting with McKenzie, guys that aren't really comfortable with the position. They've never been a GM before. There's a lot of stuff that goes into a GM position, but the most important one for the Raiders, putting the talent on the team, identifying, locating the talent, and getting it there either through the draft or free agency, and then that check and balance on making sure that head coach is not making bad football decisions. The head coach cannot run the front office. And I don't think Raider fans talk enough about this. We had the best GM in the NFL for 44 years, didn't we, Jeff?
Yeah, and like I've said this before too, the whole GM aspect of our organization is a new thing for a lot of fans. Not so
Really?
much the younger fans, because prior to that it was Al Davis. Al Davis did everything for this team, so he was the de facto GM. And also
Mm-hmm.
the GM position for this team is still kind of in its infancy if you think about it.
Right. We've never had to go out searching for a GM. That's
Yep.
something Mark had to do that Al didn't have to do because he was the GM. And you can tell by the way the franchise's fortunes fell when Al started to decline. And that was, of course, beginning in 2002 with that nutty decision to trade Gruden. I don't really care what the reason is. We were in the middle of Super Bowl run.
Oh God,
No
yeah.
one trades the coach of a Super Bowl contending team, but Al did. And from there, it's been downhill all the way. The talent choices, the free agent choices, the football decision making just fell into a black hole. And it's been there ever since.
Yep.
Why anybody would think Mark would be able to change what his dad did for the last 10 years, 100 games we lost between 2003 and 2011, 100. Why anybody would think a guy like Mark Davis, never been a coach, doesn't run with the NFL crowd, right? Doesn't go to any types of seminars or anything like that. Didn't know anything about running this team. His first decision out the box told you that he did not know what he was doing. When you have three key openings, the owner was filled, it was him, but
Mm-hmm.
GM and head coach, first thing Mark did, he put two guys in that had never done the job before. Right out the bat. I call it three blind mice. And Jeff, you can talk about this in 2012. You're sitting there and nothing was ever done correctly with Reggie McKenzie, okay? McKenzie
Yep.
didn't know what he was doing. 52 draft choices, 30 of them weren't even in the league by the time he left the team. It's a hard job. It's not a job for anybody. And there's a lot of people that have tried to do it, and then there's a lot of successful ones. Let's point to one right away, Howie in Philly, right?
Yep. Yep.
There's not a question of Sirianni running the front office,
No.
right?
No, not at all. He controls
No.
what's on the field, and that's pretty much it.
And he also controls the decision making of the head coach in terms of staffing, in terms of personnel. But he gets them the talent. And the minute he doesn't see anything right, changes are made. You have to have a strong GM, experienced GM, that it knows the free agents, that knows the agents, more importantly. The agents are the real important keys here in getting good free agent talent. And then, of course, evaluating and scouting for the draft. And
Well,
I'm telling you,
the other day when we talked on the phone this week for about an hour or so, and I know we talked a lot about what we're talking about here too, in little bits and pieces. So let me ask you this then: out of all the GMs that we have had, starting with McKenzie up to where we are now, what was your feeling on Telesco? Would you have been okay if we would have kept him
oh,
and not gone to spy tech?
serious error in letting Telesco go. And I have to say, not the guy hasn't been too successful in picking head coaches, but maybe that's not what we needed him for. He knows how to put talent on the field.
And, well,
Knows
that's
how
why I
to
asked that because
evaluate.
he had been a GM for so long. He knew, like you just said, like knows the agents, knows the players, knows people in the league. Whereas Spytech had only been an assistant most of the time. Well, actually, pretty much his whole time he's been in the front office. So this was his first experience. But I really didn't have a problem with what Telesco did in his draft. And we always talked about him being coupon Tom, where he doesn't move in the draft and he just gets the best available that he felt at that time. And I think he did okay with his first draft. I mean, we got 3 starters out of that in their rookie year, which is
Well,
a
we
good,
got, and he
you
didn't
know.
whiff on Bowers, even
No.
though everything on the board, all the mock drafts said you Raiders don't need a tight end. He didn't whiff. He went
Yep.
right for the BPA, right?
Yep.
Best talent available. But I'm not here to really sing because Telesco's gone.
Yeah.
Another mistake that the Raider franchise made over and over again. You want to know why every single time we bring in a head coach and think he's going to save the franchise, you're already wrong. You're already wrong. It's not the coach that's going to save the franchise. It's the guy that finds and puts the talent on the field, the guy that has a vision for what kind of team he wants, the guy that decides we need speed, the guy that decides we're going to beef up on defense, the guy that's going to decide our next franchise quarterback. You see, this is where the Raiders are going wrong, right there. Until we get a strategic genius in that front office, we'll continue to fail because everybody's thinking, oh, good, we got Pete Carroll, just like me, right? In August, we got Pete Carroll. He's going to fix this thing wrong.
That's how I felt. I was in his corner when they announced that they were hiring him. I was in his corner because I honestly thought that with him here as a coach, with his reputation and his past history, he'd be able to bring in the players. They would be like, "Oh, Pete Carroll's there. I would like to play for him. I see what they're building over there, or what they're attempting to build, and they're in a win now mode because that's what he said." You know, and then it didn't happen. We didn't bring much of anything over here. We
But
failed to
once
address the
again,
offensive line. Yep.
well, but see, that failure to that, let's isolate that because that was the single biggest mistake that was made in the offseason. Huge. No one looking at film from 2024, 50 sacks given up, 31st ranked rushing game, 3 quarterback injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And no one looking at film, certainly people like Parham, the center position, and the guard, center guard, could say anything but we got to upgrade. But nothing was done. Here I go back to the GM again. A strong GM knows that without an offensive line, you have no offense. I don't care who the quarterback is. I don't care who the running back is. And this second huge mistake made in the offseason, not getting a top wide receiver. Now that could be to do to so many things, but I want to isolate the offensive line for a minute.
Sure.
Okay. Because I hear Raider fans talking about quarterback's going to save us. This guy's going to save us. Exactly. No, the offensive line is the engine. Joe
Yep.
Gibbs showed you that it doesn't matter who the running back is, or the quarterback, or the wide receivers. All I need is an all-pro O-line. And I can win Super Bowls. And I can win a lot of games. I can be competitive year after year.
To quote our greatest coach of all time for our organization, Mr. John Madden, what did he always say, Peggy? What was his famous thing he always says? Starts with the trenches, both on both sides of the ball. You want to build a successful team, it starts in the trenches.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't do any of that. If there's a saying that we need to continue with this team, it's to build with the trenches. Because I'll tell you right now, with this line that we have now, there is not a quarterback, past, present, or future, that could survive back there and win games. There's just no way.
But there wasn't even
the only one that might come. I think the only one that might come close, and it's because he's such a darn good runner, would have possibly been Michael Vick, because he could run for his life and outrun just about anything. Other than that, I don't think there's a soul.
You can't run when you're surrounded by D linemen 3 seconds after the snap of the ball. There's nowhere to run. And this is, but see, we're still back to the GM again.
Yep.
We're back to the guy whose job it is. It is not the head coach's job to acquire talent. That's the GM. And we didn't understand that as Raider fans because we had the best GM in the NFL for a long time. We never knew what Al did. They used to call it micromanaging. Al's telling him what coach to hire, what player to play. I'm sorry, but that's the GM's job. He is to check and balance on bad decisions being made by your head. He's helping your head coach be a better head coach too. That's the other part of a GM's job. But with that O-line, it all goes back. No GM worth his salt, after looking at the 2024 film on this O-line, could say, oh, we'll go with the same 5 guys. But that's exactly what happened. Mystifying. There's a couple of mystifying things about Pete Carroll. The failure to get a number 1 wide receiver. Why did you bring Chip Kelly all the way to Vegas if you had no faith, no confidence, and you weren't going to give him what he needed to succeed?
Yep.
Why did you do that?
I mean, we didn't go to the supermarket to get the groceries for this team. We went to a roadside stand and got day old stuff, month old stuff, and said, "Here, make a gourmet meal out of this, and turn this into that awesome offense that we know you can run if you have talent." But we're not giving you the talent though. But we still
Yeah,
want
we're not.
a gourmet
Yeah.
meal out of this, and that's pretty much
Mm-hmm,
what it was. I mean, you look at what he did in Ohio State with the talent
mm-hmm,
he had there, and then everybody was under the that wanted him were like, oh well, with what we have, we get Genty, we got this guy, we got that guy. Thornton didn't pan out, still
mm-hmm.
hasn't. Betch shows flashes. The one thing I like about Betch in the wide receiver role is that he doesn't drop a lot of passes. When they get thrown to him, he catches them. He's kind of like a Jacoby Myers, basically. He's a possession receiver. Genty, yeah, he's had some bad games, bad reads. I'm not blaming him 100% for his
He's a rookie, for
inability.
God's sakes. Come on.
He's a
He's a
rookie, but he's also, like you just said, Gino's handing him the ball, and he's already got defenders in his face 80% of the time. So how's he supposed to? He can't get anything going. But I've seen film breakdown on other shows, 805 specifically from Raiders Real Talk, and he's not reading some of the holes too. So, but that all comes back to another thing, not just the GM, but it's the coaching too. Like, how did our
well,
offensive line, which is mostly, think about it, we started this year with pretty much the same five that we ended with last year, started with us this year. How did they regress so badly? You watched that first preseason game and it was a disaster. And then to follow up with Pete's press conference afterwards, where, oh, it could take a week, could take a month, it could take multiple games into the season. Well, we're multiple games in and it still hasn't been figured out because we're still jumbling guys around. There's no consistency. This is stuff that should have been settled within the first 2 or 3 games. Well, in the first 3 games in preseason. So when we rolled into the start of the season, we should have been good. It's definitely the coaching. The coaching has a lot to do with what's going on with that offensive line
and the
too.
level of talent too. I mean, that line was never going to be good. I don't
Oh
care
no,
about the JPJ and the Colton Mill and Jock sniffers. Okay, the problem is that a line functions as a unit. Individual performances are irrelevant. They're totally irrelevant. If one guy is open up a hole, but the guy next to him isn't, or isn't sliding off to block the right person, then the play fails. Nobody cares that you did the right thing on that play
yeah,
because a line is a functioning, communicating unit. But see, I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about how bad the Raiders are coached. It starts with a bad idea. And the idea is that a coach is going to save this franchise. I'm sorry. That's not the equation. The equation is a GM and then selecting a coach with the assistance of the GM that makes this possible. I'll tell you another thing a good, strong GM would never allow. And that's why they got rid of Telesco. Because Pete wanted to bring in his friends and family. And he did the worst staff recruiting job that I've ever seen in my life. It is shocking how bad those coaches, especially on offense, are. We got 2 guys that I highlighted on my post. Quality control.
yeah.
2 of them with 0 years experience. Pete's opening up some kind of training camp, bringing in his
That's what it
people that
feels
he
like, doesn't
knows.
it?
No, that's exactly what he's doing. There's no question about it, what he's doing.
He opened
Okay?
up an apprenticeship.
Yes, he did. He
It's
brought
like,
in guys
yeah,
that couldn't get a job anywhere else, guys that don't have any experience. He said, well, make an offense. Okay? That's the kind of thing. We don't know enough about how Pete assembled it, but we do know He's already fired his offensive coordinator. Oh, by the way, the second year in a row, the Raiders have had to fire a good, strong GM. That would never happen. I'm telling you, the vision. Yes, he does tell the coach who to hire. They consult together as a team and they decide, and then they decide they're going to set benchmarks and they're
Yep.
going to say, this is what we want. See, those type of quality control measures are absent in the entire Raider organization. There's no accountability. There's no one sitting there. I expect this, this, and this out of you, Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's running the show. And he got his little puppet GM, that just does what he's told. Go sign Gino to a 3-year extension. Okay. Go sign Colton Miller to a 3-year extension. Okay, boss. Tell Jacoby Myers, who, oh, by the way, just got an extension from the Jags.
Yeah, I saw that.
He got his money from the Jags. Go tell Jacoby Myers, a guy who's worked hard 3 years. No, he's not a number 1, but he's a darn good number 2. Go tell him to kick rocks. Spy Tech says, okay, boss. That is not. You want to know why we're looking at the 2-6 season all over again? Right? Hi. You know why we're looking at the 2006 season again?
Yeah.
No vision, no talent, no coaching. And I've said what I'm going to say about Pete Carroll, because now I'm going to let Jeff have the floor. And let's talk about getting rid of our 5th head coach in 4 years.
Right? I mean, it definitely looks like that's the writing on the wall. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate that we're having to get rid of another coach. That's the unfortunate part. Is it unfortunate that we're getting rid of Pete Carroll? No, because he's not the answer. I'm sorry. I thought he was going to be, but I really don't think he is. And Donuts has got a good question here too. He goes, I wonder what it would have looked like if we had kept Reggie McKenzie. I think we would have been possibly in a better situation for a while. We wouldn't have had Mayock.
For a while, McKenzie would have got it right, but the problem is the coaches.
Yep.
Once Gruden stepped up to the plate,
those two would have been like oil and water.
Once Mark went to Gruden and said, save me, McKenzie was history.
Yeah.
You see, you keep resetting all over again. You keep resetting, and then we complain that we have a terrible team. So, I mean, how do we resolve that? We know stability in coaching. That's another thing. If you look at your successful team, right? You look at your successful teams and you see a stability. That's the second thing you see. Besides stability in the front office, you see stability in coaching. What do we do, Jeff? Even if you get rid of Carroll, who's there in the Raider organization to set the course and the vision for the organization so we know what kind of coach we want to go get? This is the problem.
Before we talk coach, then, do we keep Spy Tech? Like, let's say the coach is gone.
I can't even.
So I mean, here's the thing: we all know that Mark Davis is the one that hired Pete Carroll. That wasn't a Spy Tech thing. That was Mark Davis wanting Pete Carroll. There's no two ways about that. So let's say Pete Carroll's either we come right out and fire him, or we do the whole behind closed doors, wink, wink. We're going to let you retire, wink, wink. So he saves face, the team saves face, so we don't come out looking like, oh shit, they just fired another coach again, the fifth coach in the last however many years. It saves him some face, so he doesn't, have his last career season as as a losing coach, and got fired for it. It'll taint his reputation. I still respect the guy for what he's done in the past, not so much for what he's done this year with our organization. He's destroyed us even more. But if he's gone,
let me go further than that.
good.
He's disrespected the Raider tradition. He's disrespected Raider fans. He must think we're stupid.
Well, I
We
mean,
don't
he's a
know.
coach that doesn't think that we have a rivalry with Denver. Remember that? The first game we played them? I mean, you
Not
come in
even
this
that.
organization as a coach, how do you not understand the history of this team and the fan base and how we look at that as a rivalry game, and to sit there and say, "Oh, it's not a rivalry game."
Mhm.
Yeah, it is. Any team in our division we play against is considered a
What do
rival
we
because we
do,
hate them
Jeff? I
all.
mean, what's going to happen, Jeff? I mean, okay, so now the Raiders have gotten rid of another coach. Now what?
Well, I don't want
What's
anybody
next?
left. If Pete Carroll's gone, I want every single coach. I don't care who it is, gone. Sorry, Leonard. I know everybody likes him, but he's gone too. Everybody. So and it should be Spytek's job. If Spytek is still the GM and it's his job to hire the coach, you need him to be on the same page with whatever coach they're hiring. All right. Doesn't mean it has to be his best friend or whatever. It's got to be somebody that he sees that can work with the vision on the players that he wants to bring to this organization. All right. So he needs that type of a coach. It needs to be him involved in it. We need to send Mark Davis away on vacation somewhere on the other side of the world so he's nowhere near being involved in the interview process. You want to let him know before you make the final decision so he knows who you're hiring. That's fine, but he can't squash it if he doesn't like the guy. You got to let Spytek or whoever the GM is hire their coach, and then between the GM and whoever the head coach is, the two of them together will build the coaching staff. That's how it should be done. The owner should not have a hand in it. The owner should hire the GM. Yes, no questions. But the rest from there on, owner's out of it. You just pay the bills. You're the face of the team. High wave, kiss babies, and all that crap. Let your GM handle it, and let your head coach be the face of what's on the field, and go from there. I don't want anybody left. Want them all gone.
Well, now let's go with that because I think that's a sound strategy. Here's the problem: you got a guy that's only been a GM 1 year. You got a guy who has shown you that he will let a head coach push him around. You got a guy that has shown you that he just does what he's told.
But did he let him push him around because it was hired by the owner and not by him? Like, if he hires the coach, there's no way he's going to let the coach push him around if he's hired him. If it's the owner that hired him, that might be a different story because now it's your boss, the owner of the team, that hired this guy. And if you step on the wrong toes, you could find yourself out of a job. He may have had to have, but again, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know what he said to Mark Davis, whether he stepped up to him or not.
We
I
don't
probably
know
highly
whether
doubt
Mark
it.
Davis hired him or not. See, this is we're just fans, okay? My opinion's just as good as the other swinging dick in the field, okay? But the whole point here is you have to have a vision about how you want to get your team, build your team year after year after year. I mean, I can't tell you how many other teams I've observed. We observed in New England. It wasn't just the good coach, the right hire, who was responsible for the Mayo hire. I mean, there's other things that are going on along with the coach.
Well, with
And
the
we
Mayo thing, I
fans,
think that was probably Robert Kraft's biggest faux pas as an owner. He had it written in Mayo's contract when he was still under Bill Belichick that he would take over as head coach if Belichick left. And I think that was a big mistake, first of all, because he was horrible. But look at the direction they're in now. You know, as soon as they let him go, he was let go within 15 minutes of that game ending the last week of
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. But
season.
the
Our game
Vrabel,
hadn't even started yet that day. And one of the guys in the club came over to me and says, "Hey, Mayo just got fired." And prior to that, I was like, "Well, if we get rid of AP, I would like to see us get Vrabel." As soon as I heard Mayo got fired, I'm like, "Well, that's the end of that," because
yeah.
Vrabel's going
Well,
in New England.
you'll find out things about Vrabel that are limiting. But what I'm going to say then, not only did you bring in Vrabel, but you brought him in a top staff, and you bought him
Oh
talent.
yeah.
You went out free agent mark. You didn't do that last year. Okay, didn't do that under Mayo. Let's talk about the politics for a minute. You know, I made a statement about it, and it's a crazy, crazy idea. I would like to know, we're talking about the politics of an organization. Why is it that from McKenzie and Dennis Allen all the way through to this Pete Carroll fiasco, nobody's been able to succeed with this organization? No one.
There's definitely something going on that we're not privy. Obviously, we're not privy to it.
We don't
Just real quick, I want to
see.
shout out to Raiders Mama. Thank you very much for the milestone of 5 months. She says Raiders isn't. She's a Cowboys fan. Her husband and her son is actually named. They named their son Raider.
Mm-hmm,
So this is that family in Texas that I've been in contact with for almost a year now.
mm-hmm.
She goes, "It isn't my team, but they sure are my family." Now we love that family, man.
Yeah,
Sorry, just wanted
I
to
mean,
mention.
right, and we're gonna talk about toward the end about how what's going on around the rest of the NFL is your benchmark of what is going on with the Raiders. Okay, Nabman just said, okay, you hired your GM and your coach separately. We don't know that. We don't know how internally. I want to get back to the internal politics of the Raider organization is killing us. Whatever is going on, I don't believe that people inside the organization, the ones who's had their job 5, 10, 15 years, are supporting these head coaches. I mean, you look at what happened to Dennis Allen. uh, you know, McKenzie's there, Dennis Allen. You had 2 seasons with him. You're like, and then you go 4 games into a season where you just drafted Mack and Carr. 4 games, and then you fire him. If you weren't sure about him at the end of the second year, why didn't you fire him then?
Yeah.
Once again, that lack of experience. It's way these things are done to keep stability. And now 4 games into Mack and Carr's rookie season, they lose the first 10 games, right? I, I can't understand. Then we go to Del Rio. All right. Del Rio's going along. He has one of the best seasons that the Raiders have in 2016. First mistake. Somebody let him fire Musgrave. See, this is what I'm talking about with a
Yeah.
strong GM. A strong GM would have never allowed that to happen. I don't care if they have to stand on 2 opposite ends of the sideline or Musgrave has to go. You cannot fire a guy who's produced for you. And oh, by the way, the rest of the NFL is watching this. All the players, all the agents, all the execs are watching what is going on with the Raiders. And I'm telling you, we are poisoned. Then Del Rio has a bad year, we get rid of him. Then Gruden walks up in with a 10-year contract. Then somebody whispers in the ear of the NFL, right? You know, you might want to pull some emails, from Gruden from 10 years ago. He gets fired. Okay. Mayock gets let go because now you decide to bring in another freaking frack, Ziegler and McDaniels. Okay? You let McDaniels go a year, wheels start falling off again. It's a pattern. The wheels start falling off in his second year. He doesn't make it through his second year. And Ziegler, of course, is let go at the end of the year. Well, let go right at the same time with
Yeah.
McDaniel. Okay? Another year gone. See, then you let AP stay because you didn't. Mark figured I made a mistake with Versace, right? So I'm going to let AP try out. I'm going to hire him a very experienced GM, Telesco, and let's see what we're going to do there. 1 year later, you scrap that experiment. If you want to know what's wrong with the Raiders, the start, the stop, the lost seasons, the interim, the changing of OCs and mid-season, all of that confusion. And I got my ideas, Jeff. I've shared them with you about insiders, insider. The politics of the Raiders is not only dysfunctional, it's destructive. We keep
I mean,
doing.
you definitely can see it. I mean, there's how is it a team can be this bad on so many different levels consistently every year? You know, even the Browns showed promise when we just weren't showing shit. You know, how is it some teams are able to, like, for instance, Washington last year? Nobody expected them to do what they did last year. Well, you know what they did? They hired a good offensive coordinator. They hired a good coach. They got the rookie they wanted. They already had bits and pieces on the O-line and everything. And next thing you know, they're in the NFC Championship. This year, not so much because, again, you had a year's worth of film on Jaden Daniels, so people are able to see what this kid can do. Plus, he was injured a lot this season, too. So, you know, but
Well,
look
the
at
injury
Chicago's
goes
a perfect
along with
example.
knowing the film. The
Look at
film
Chicago
study
this
and
year.
the injury goes together.
Yep.
But
Look at
I'm not
Chicago
looking at
this
this
year.
year. I'm going to look at next year.
Yep.
After people have studied what that guy is doing. See, that's what you want to know. Down there in Houston with Stroud, I mean, he was tearing it up first year because
Yep.
nobody knew.
Yep. And the second year, he
Now,
looked like he'd never played a game before. He looked horrible. He didn't look
I
good.
mean, see, you don't want that happening either. People keep saying, get a franchise quarterback. Well, obviously, with the Raiders, a franchise quarterback, we're just sentencing him to death because of the
Well, and that's
politics.
like I
Because
have people ask. Yeah, I have people ask me now, like, you know, who do you like for a quarterback for next year for us? Like, should we get this guy, that guy? I said, to be honest with you, until the college season is over, meaning the senior bowls, all the evaluations, and all that stuff is done, and we don't even know what we're going to do for a coach. If it's Pete Carroll here next year, then I don't want us taking a rookie quarterback because I want a rookie quarterback that's going to be the potential future for this team to grow with a young coach so they can both be here for a long time together. I don't want a guy that's only going to be here for guaranteed 2 more years with a 4th-year option. He's going to get 2 years with this guy, and then that coach is going to be gone because he's almost 80 at that point. You know, you don't want him coaching too much longer after that. You want somebody that's going to grow with this kid, somebody that can
but you
nurture.
got a bigger. But Jeff, you keep putting the cart before the horse. You got a bigger
Yeah, but
problem. You
that's
don't
what I'm
have an
saying. It's like,
offensive coordinator. You don't have an
and that's
offensive
it.
coordinator.
Until we know what's going to happen with a coach and a coordinator. So until the coaching staff is decided on whether we're sticking with what we got. So even if we stick with Pete Carroll, we still got to get an OC. Who are we going to get? We don't know. You know, so to make those
You don't have
decisions
an O
now,
line.
it's a waste of
You
time.
cannot. You cannot bring a rookie quarterback in here. I keep talking about the house and the found. You cannot build a house unless you build the foundation
Yep.
first. The Raiders keep trying house and there's no foundation. There's nothing here for a rookie quarterback. We don't even have wide receivers. Okay. And I mean, these are the things that when you're talking about you don't have an OC, you probably don't have a head coach. You got a newbie in the front office. You have no O line, the worst O line in the NFL. You have no
by
running
far.
game. You have no wide receivers. Why would you bring a rookie into that situation? Why would
Why
anyone?
would we bring a rookie running back into that situation without addressing it? We didn't address
Running
it in
back is
free agent.
different.
Yeah, but is
Yeah,
it though?
but
'Cause look at some of these
well,
other running backs that came out in the draft last year. They have a better O line,
most
and look at what they're doing compared to what Genti's doing. I'm
well,
not doubting
Genty doesn't
Genti's
have.
ability. Trust me. I'm not saying Genti doesn't have the ability to do what these other running backs are doing, but he can't with the line we have. So why
But
didn't we address the O line prior to the draft and
we're
free
being
agency?
just we don't even know what's being scripted. They threw everything out. When they threw Kelly out the door, everything got thrown out. We had
Yep.
no idea what kind of scripting, what kind of play design, what kind of blocking scheme is being paired with Junti. No, all it just doesn't work. That's all we know. A running back's got to have more than just talent, right? He's just got to have other things around him. And I told
Oh
you
yeah.
about the staff that's around him. I mean, it's just horrible. I can't believe that Pete would try to fool us, knowing what kind of people, women, excuse me, what kind of people Chip has brought in. I mean, it's just something that I have been looking at for a long time, and I feel offended. I feel disrespected by Pete Carroll. I, I really, really do. He thought he was going to give us you know, just come in and give us whatever he gave us, and that was supposed to be acceptable. I
And I
mean,
was just going to say
I
this before
can't.
Money Truck said it. I think that's the one thing. Because who wants to come here right now? I think that's the one thing that could bring.
Nobody.
That's just it. I think that's the one thing that could get a young-minded. I want a young-minded offensive. I want an offensive-minded head coach for the next coach. I don't want a
Mhm.
defensive one. I want an OC or an offensive-minded head coach. But if we end up with the number one pick, that's enticing because, again, if we get a young head coach with the intent that with that number one pick, we're going to go quarterback, but free agency's first. If we can do damage in free agency and help repiece and rebuild this offensive line through it, now we're talking. If we
You
can
keep
somehow
talking.
finagle,
See, we go
yeah,
again. There we go again. We keep dreaming up these scenarios in our mind, but
yeah, but it's
we
not a
don't
scenario when
have
you look at the free
all
agents that are
mind.
available. As long as we do something, we
We
didn't do jack
don't
crap
have the
last year in
coaching
free
staff.
agency.
We don't have the coaching staff
No, right
to
now we
put
don't.
together about.
We have to wait and to see
So
what's going on with that. So we got to wait till Black Monday's over, basically. Once Black Monday comes and coaches start getting, cut and fired and whatever, then we're gonna go see what's going from there. The downside is probably whoever we're gonna end up hiring if Pete's gone is still gonna be in the playoffs, so we're gonna be delayed in getting that head coach. So we're already gonna be running short on time. Because I can't imagine we're gonna be taking a guy from like the Cleveland Browns, or somebody that's already out of the playoffs. It's going to be one of those other guys that are still in the playoffs. So we're going to be behind again.
just keep doing what you've been doing here, thinking that a coach is going to save the franchise. I I just disagree with
Why?
that
What do
approach,
you?
and I
Well, let me
think
ask you this then, Miss
we've done it
Peggy. What do you think?
times. We
What do you
No, I
think would
want you
save
to
the
see
team?
it for 20 more years. I would
No, I can't wait
at
20
this
more
point.
years. I'll be
Well,
I'll be I'll
well,
be
yeah,
75 in 20 years. I don't want to be
and
waiting that
the,
long.
but
I'm
no,
done.
I want you to keep seeing how bringing in a coach and crossing your fingers is not the answer.
Then where do we
It's
start?
just not. the answer.
Then where do you think
You've
we
got to
start?
start in that front office. You
Okay,
need a
but start
football
with who?
in that front office.
With the GM, or is it even higher than the GM?
I've had these
That's the
dreams.
question then.
Wait a minute. I've had these dreams. Now, that's where I dream. I've had dreams about kidnapping Howie and tying him in a to fix this franchise. I just can't believe. The problem is everybody's seen the heads roll. They're going to ask for structured contracts, right? They're going to ask for guaranteed money, guaranteed time. And once again, your head coach will be running your front office. We keep getting it backwards. Where in the history, maybe you have one or two examples of the NFL has running the front office worked? Where has it worked? Through it, I'm thinking about Holmgren. I'm thinking about Parcells. Thinking about Joe Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about Jimmy Johnson down in Miami. Where has it worked when the balance of power between the GM head coach, the head coach, obviously has more experience and more power? Where has it
I think you
worked?
pretty much just nailed every one that I could think of. Because even the great years in San Fran, it was a bona fide GM running that. It wasn't Bill Walsh.
Absolutely. You
Yeah.
have the GM is the one that is steering the course of the franchise. The head coach's job is to use the talent that they're getting and win games. Prepare,
Who's the
win
GM in
games.
Dallas? Does Dallas even have a GM? Or is Jerry
People
Jones
claim
still
it's
100% making all the? It is him, right?
maybe his sons or something. That's what they're claiming.
Well, it's probably
Okay.
just a title,
And
but they don't do jack shit. It's him doing it all.
and I really, really,
What's up, Mark?
honestly think that this is something that Raider fans have to think about. We've done it that way. We've 5 times we've gone out and thought that a head coach is going to solve the problem. It didn't work. Matter of fact, it was a disaster.
Oh, we've proved it again for sure this year that it's a disaster. That it doesn't work.
A head coach has to be a head coach. He works with. I mean, yeah, we could wait for Black. That picture might be.
You're cutting out.
I mean, am I here again?
Yeah, you're good now. You were just cutting out there for a minute.
I'm good now. Yeah, I saw that. But think about it. Why would Tomlin come here?
What's up, Bishop?
Hi, Bishop. Why would Tomlin come here? Everybody knows the politics of the Raider organization are horrible. They use people like tissues. They throw people away. They throw good people away. People that have done their jobs, and I don't know the answer. I don't get paid to know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know that our problems begin and end in the front office of the team. Until we get that straight, we're going to be here in December talking about yet another miserable season.
I mean, there's a good chance, definitely. I mean, again, there's nothing we can do, I say, until the season's over and we see what direction they're going. That's what it comes down to. So after the season's over, and if after a week after the season's over and Pete's not gone, then it looks like we're staying with them. Because look what happened last year. AP comes out on Monday, has a press conference. Everything seems A-okay. We're not getting rid of him. And then he goes, I have to go now meet with Tom and Mark, little did he know that that meeting was probably telling him, hey, you're going to get shit canned, because he said, well, I'm going to go talk to them about, what next year is going to bring. He goes and has that meeting, and then a day later he gets shit canned. It's like, why did you even let the poor guy go out there and have a press conference? Why didn't you just put him out of his misery before he went out and did that?
This is part of a pattern of how the Raiders treat people, okay? And the rest of the league is watching. Believe me, they're watching. Players, and this is who I have the most sympathy for, players. What are they thinking right now? What's going on in their minds? I mean, I really feel for them. There's this feeling of uncertainty. Things have gone so bad. You don't know. I mean, we wonder why that boy, the two, we lost Spillane and we lost the free safety to free agency. They just got out of here. Like Matt, he just got out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I feel bad for guys that are still under contract because they're stuck here. I don't feel bad for the guys that are going to be a free agent after the season's over. You know why? Because they can get as far away from here as they want. If they don't want it, if we offer them a contract and they don't want it, they can ignore it and go somewhere else. They've got an escape clause. They can get the hell out of here, But again, it's all going to depend on what we do at the end of the season, because I guarantee a lot of them don't want to stay here with Pete Carroll. It's the complete opposite effect of what we thought the effect of Pete Carroll was going to be. We thought he was going to bring players here. He's going to scare players away at the end of the season if he's here for another year. Because if Mark Davis comes out and puts his foot on the spy tech and says, we're not firing Pete, we're giving him one, we're going to give him, we're going to honor his contract. Well, you might as well expect another less than 5-win season next year, because you saw what he did this year. And I can't imagine us being any better than what we were this year. If we are, it's going to be maybe a 2 or 3 game, better.
Now I would have
taken this year. I would have taken 3 additional. I would have taken a 7-win season this year, because I would have shown we're going in the right direction. All right, we're trending up right now.
I knew that offense was in deep trouble, but I want to spend the last few minutes teeing up your idea for this show, where we bring on fans from all over the NFL. It's good for the Raider Nation to see what other fans are thinking and talking about their teams. Not just the good teams, but the bad teams too. We're not the only bad team in the NFL.
No, we're just one of 2 of the worst.
Titans. I mean, there's a lot of fans that are very unhappy with their team's performance, and yeah, they got 6-7 wins, but I mean, it'll be nice for you to have these fans on where they can talk, and you'll find they're going to be talking about the same issues that we're talking about. They're going to be talking bad about the coach. Oh, you should hear Bengals fans.
Yeah.
I mean, Zach's out of here, right? But it's nice to hear that we're not the only ones, that are going through a bad season. The Titan fans, I mean, oh my God. They're talking about Cam Ward. We made a bad draft choice. Oh my God. Down in New Orleans, right?
Well,
be nice to bring those fans on.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens this offseason. Because here's my thing: if we finish with the number 2 pick, there's one team I'm worried about jumping ahead of us. If our organization has an eye on one particular player with that number 2 overall pick, there's a chance you can see the Jets move up to the number 1, because we know how desperate they are for a quarterback. Also, they still need a head coach. So it all depends on what they bring in for a coach, that could be another. Well, that could be another enticing position for a job for another guy that wants to be a head coach, is going to the Jets. Because if the Jets can pull off moving up to the number 1 from Tennessee, because the Jets have a ton of picks, if they move up, then that's an enticing job for somebody, because with that number 1 pick, they could do some damage with that. They could go and get their quarterback that they think. And then now where are we at that point?
The Jets, wait a
You
minute.
know?
The Jets picking quarterbacks.
Oh, they don't have a good history
Think
with
about
that
it.
either.
Think about it. I mean, that's why you need to have Jets fans on here. They're going to be talking about that. Do you think for 1 minute that they trust anybody in that organization
Oh, they're
to
all
pick the
miserable.
right?
The Jets fans are all miserable too. They
I
don't.
mean,
They hate
but
their
the
own team
Jets,
right now.
we got a Jet reject quarterback, Geno Smith. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. There's a lot of things that are compatible, and I hope that you really take this idea and run with it and make sure that Raider fans hear that they're complaining, everybody's complaining about the same thing, and there's some really intelligent people that are talking sports, and they're going to talk about the GM too. There's a lot of things going on in this league, but it's time for me to run. And I'm aware of the chit chat. Happy holidays, everybody! And I will see you guys next year, 2026. Jeff and I can have a talk about draft picks, right?
Well, we'll see what happens. Well, I'm definitely want to get you on after our coach decision is made if Pete stays or goes, because then that's going to open up a whole new way of what direction this team's going. Because it
I'm
could either
feeling
sink us
some
again
kind of
or
way.
it could save us.
As a Raider, I'm feeling some kind of way about Pete. I mean, Pete is just truly disrespectful to the
Yeah.
Raider tradition. I mean, it's just so far off of what football should be. Anyway, see you soon. I'll
All
see
right,
you
Peggy.
next
Thanks for
year.
coming on. I appreciate you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. All righty. So you know what? I think what I will do is, Jason, come on in if you want to come on get in here. I'm gonna put this out there. Fuck it. We'll have a little fun right now. It's early. I don't want to get off here yet. So I put the link out there. Anybody wants to pop on, come on, pop on. And we'll put the chat on. I know I'm behind on the chat. I apologize, guys, but I was trying to pay attention to what she was talking about and everything and reading everything else going on. Mark didn't fire EP at the time because he was meeting with Brady and another group first. Yeah. Well, Brady wasn't even part of the equation yet because he didn't become part owner until earlier this year. Yeah, I saw what John Leon was saying. I didn't put any of that up on the screen because I didn't want to piss her off. I disagree with what John was saying too. So anybody that knows something about football, whether a male or female, you can't discredit them. I mean, you got to give them their chance to say shit. You know, I don't necessarily agree with your take on it. I mean, it's your fault. It's your entitlement to say what you want. I'm not knocking you for it, but I don't agree with it. You know. See what's up, AO? What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's up, Nav? How you doing?
Good, man. You?
Sign one free agent. Good. It's Sacktown. What's up, Sacktown?
Oh, then there's Sacktown.
No, I'll take him out. We'll just go you and I then. We'll let Mike sit back there for a little bit.
That's fucked up. Hey, look, Mike, I'm not the only one that does that to you. Jeff just did it.
What's up, Ralph?
I think I fucked up your guys' sound using that link on the screen. I'm going to leave.
Huh?
Because you guys sound all vibrating. I must have done something wrong.
What?
Does it sound like that?
Exactly what it sounds like.
Well, this wasn't going to be a pull-up show tonight. I thought Peggy was going to be on a little bit longer, but usually she only does about an hour, and I just didn't feel like getting off yet. But as everybody's aware, just give you a quick update here. The original Friday Night Live is going to change, so it's no longer going to be the Friday Night Live mic drop. it's going to be this no huddle show. And what that is going to be is starting January 2nd. This was kind of the debut episode, but the real one will be on the 2nd of January. It's going to be open to NFL fans, period. It's not going to be strictly a Raiders show. So I'm trying to broaden my horizons, get more inclusive with fans of football itself. So I'll be having people on screen with me, but they're going to end up being fans of other teams. Doesn't mean we're not going to talk Raiders. We will talk Raiders. I will have Raider fans on here and there, but it's not going to be strictly a bunch of Raider fans on here yelling and screaming and talking over each other, because that's what it tends to get like on a Friday night. I just think that Friday night setup that we've done has run its course. We've done it for a year or a little over a year with Chris and I, and it's just getting to be a little bit too much sometimes. I think it's time to just kind of sit back, take a step back from that. So next Friday night, the day after Christmas, will be the last full-fledged Friday night mic drop where from the start to the finish, anybody and everybody can get on. So tonight's just kind of like a impromptu pull up for this. Let me change this. Yeah, I like this. Why did Mike disappear? Oh, we left the show.
I don't know. Mike thinks I think he thinks his comms are jacked up. I don't know.
So the whole plan for the new show is going to be, so like say there's a Steelers fan in there and he wants to talk about his team.
Yeah.
And I'll send him the link separate, privately, and then he can pop in and, we can go from there.
That's a great idea. Man, I love it. More of an NFL talk.
And that's just it. It's like, I want to grow more, and I want to expand beyond just the Raider talk. I'm still doing all my other shows that I do. The Tuesday night with the Most Notorious, Wednesday with the Raider Connection, and then Nate and I on Thursday with the Coast to Coast. Right. This one is the one that's really going to be changing.
Well, it's like Wednesdays when I pop on when Kenna can't be on there. I'm on there with Richie
the Wild West one, yeah,
and the Wild West, which is I love that. It's a it's one of those where we can chop it up about who's good, who's bad, and that type of stuff, and we don't have to get all mad about our teams. That's the thing. Anytime, my own show, everybody starts getting mad. It's like, stop getting mad, dude. We suck. Just live with it. Things will get better at some point in our lives, hopefully. And that type of thing. I'm less about what the Raiders' fixes are right now than I am about, are we going to be as bad at losing as we are at winning? Because at this point, we really just need to lose every single game. So it is one of those. Mike and I talked about it last night. Actually, hell, what was that show? 5 hours, Mike?
Yeah, you got to run for a while last night.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, we watched probably one of the best primetime games.
Oh, that was an awesome game. I think that was the best game of the season so far on primetime.
It literally came down to one of the flukiest plays ever.
Oh, the 2-point conversion that wasn't, but then it was.
Yeah, it's like, wait, what? And then Shaheed freaking running that freaking kickoff back.
Amazon needed that game because all their games this season sucked. They were all bad. They were all so one-sided or so goddamn boring.
That was one of the best primetime games I've seen in a couple years. To be honest with you, that was a two teams, same division that are really kind of close to each other. Mike, me, and Taino Raider, we were talking about it before the game started. It's kind of like these teams are very close to each other. You know what I mean? Wins, losses, the offenses, their defenses, all the stuff are very close. The only question was, can Sam Darnold, live up to the lights, right? It turns out he can't.
Look at Jason. He goes, Nabman's on stage. He's going to mess up our company profit margins.
Hey, I got your margin.
Hey, Donuts, if you want to come in, come on in, man. You can come in anytime. Chris, if you're still out there, pop on
Mike,
in.
sorry, I wasn't meaning to talk for you, but I mean, the stuff we talked about last night's a lot of same stuff that's being talked about now.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Money, if you're talking about the first go around with Gruden, that was great. That first go around with Gruden, I was fine with that. I hated the way it ended. It sucked. But the second go around, it had signs that it was going to get better, but I definitely don't want a fucking third time. I'm done with retreaded coaches. I don't want any of that crap. Fuck that.
I'm with you.
I'm not saying that's what you're looking for, Money. I'm just saying I just don't want any more of that shit. I want somebody that's trying to make a name for themselves.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. But I guess Mike and I talked about it last night. Was kind of like, well, what if DC's going to be able to dissolve his contract with the Saints next year? I'm not saying we want him to be the quarterback. But to have a dude like that proudly wears the shield like this,
what's up, cool kid?
Is the all-time leader. You know what I mean? The all-time quarterback for the Raiders, except for Super Bowls, right? The dude that really gives a shit about the Raiders. Having him in the building as a quarterback coach or as an advisor or something like that, and Gruden is the same way. He's always like, them Raiders, those Raiders. He's always Raiders. Having him in the building in some type of advisory role would not be a bad idea, because that would bring some of the fans that we've lost this year of all this stupid shit back to us. As a business, I think that would be a great business idea. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what. Any fans that left this team, as left being a fan of this team and moved on to another team, I don't want them back. I don't want any of those fuckers back. Because you know why? You couldn't be here through all this shit. I've lived through this shit for 50 years of my life. Mike's lived through it for more than 50 years. You're close to that same mark, Nav.
No,
I've been here since 75. I ain't going anywhere. I've been through the good. I've been through the bad. I've been through the god-awful, which we're going through now. If you can't endure it and then want to come back when we get good, fuck you. I want nothing to do with you. You can kiss me.
I'm just saying, bringing the mystique back into it, the toughness, the folks that,
there it is, Money.
Like to be able to teach that stuff.
Yeah.
And there's one player that you could bring back in there that's young enough to actually freaking show you how to throw a football as a quarterback would be Derek Carr. And how to be a Raider and go through a lot of freaking pain.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go have a cigarette first. So you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Shit, we just had this conversation last night. Shit. So it's not going to be anything new for us, but I just think it'd be good to bring some of the freaking alumni back to the building in some capacity. Is all I'm trying to say. What do you think?
There's one we can't bring back, which is Woodson, because now he's part owner of the Browns. So
I know, right?
And that's the one guy I'd love to have back doing something in some capacity.
Exactly, can't be done at this point. Like literally, contractually, can't be done.
Money, I just put it in there. It should be there. Let me see. Hang on. Which one is he in?
Oh, Frank Weber. Frank Weber's up in the house.
I haven't seen him in there. What's up, nephew?
Yeah, he just popped in a few minutes ago.
There he is. Hey, what's up, brother? If I can see if I can.
Money, I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat.
Hey, Jeff, before you go out, can you take the comment down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right. I'll be right back.
Thanks, brother.
I
Don't
just
break
found out.
nothing.
I just found out that I could see the chat if I scroll to the right or to the left. I swipe left, now I can see the chat. I say, is Money Chuck the last one talking to Donut? Is that the
No, he
last
just
one?
said he didn't see. He said he didn't see the link, but I'm not
No, the link
on
is
that
on
side.
there. I see the link.
Yeah, I see it too, but that doesn't mean that he sees it. Like, depending on what YouTube channel.
He might be on the other channel. You mean? Because I know Jeff is streaming on portrait and landscape. But
Right.
Money Chuck was on the same one I was on.
Well, I just loaded it to my channel, so it's going to be on my channel because once he said he was going to go out and have a smoke, I'm like, might need to have some type of control here a little bit. Let's see what's going on in chat here. Nab makes a point. Having former Raiders around in some capacity is sort of a tradition. It's not a tradition. It's more of a, come on, guys. Dude, we all freaking felt this pain. Those type of dudes. You know what I mean? We all felt it. And I'm going to show you what I did, but it wasn't good enough for me either. So you guys are going to have to be better than me, you know? So that type of stuff. So I think it's more of that. Derek Carr and Gruden, just as advisors in the building, I think that's a freaking amazing thing. Mike, what do you think?
Well, yeah, that's like you said, this is what we kind of talked about last night. But I would love to see them both come back into the building. Yeah, not as a head coach and not as a quarterback. I mean, you already mentioned that. So I think he pretty much covered. Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, you know, and like who was it? Was it Frank that said something about the tradition of the Raiders bringing back?
Yeah.
I mean, their tradition with their alumni. They love their alumni.
Right.
And they bring it back if they can have a role. I mean, Fred Biletnikoff, Art Shell. I mean, the list goes on and on. Of all the players that have been actually on the staff, after they retired and stuff. I would like to see that start back up again.
And the thing is, Downs just said, I get what you're saying there. I'm just saying that as fans that are starting to freaking go, fuck it. I don't know why I'm here. You know what I mean? But you bring these dudes in that got some passion. You know what I mean? That are freaking solid dudes, man. That keeps the nation solid. That's kind of my thought process. When they want to leave, they can leave. You know what I mean? It is what they are, as Jeff said. If you're not in it to life, then I don't want to party. But we're also advocates of a certain thing. We want more of that. We want more folks in than out. So it's just that simple. That's just my thought process.
Yeah,
Jeff, how was that smoke, man? Was that good?
Yeah, I sucked that thing down fast, man.
No, shit,
yeah, I was gonna say you must have hotboxed that sucker. Good to see you, man. Thanks for having me on.
No problem, man. It's been a while. Let me see if
we had a silly show last night. Did the Rams Seahawks game. That was epic. And I think by the time we got to the fourth quarter, I think myself and Mike and Taino actually got on the same page as far as the gameplay.
Oh, the timing. Yeah.
By the fourth quarter, we figured out, I had to like rewind just a little bit because we were a little bit quicker and everything, but it actually turned out to be great. That game was one of the best games that I've seen in a long time on primetime.
Mm-hmm.
And I think somebody else said it. Amazon really needed that to keep that contract because they have not had good primetime games up to this point.
They flat out suck the whole year.
Yeah, it's just been
Even the
terrible.
announcers are saying their game suck. You know.
Yeah, like we don't even know what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, Money. I don't know why you can't see it, man. I put it. I just went to Navman's channel where he's got it on the full landscape view, and I posted it in there. See if you go to Navman's channel and see if you can get from there. I don't know why you can't see it. You're not blocked or anything because you wouldn't be able to type if you were.
Right. Let me.
I don't know why you can't see it.
Yeah,
this could get loud.
He was on the landscape channel earlier when I was in the chat.
Yeah.
He was on the same one. I don't know if he switched.
No, yeah, this might get loud for a second until I click on it. Hold on one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that
quickly.
There we go.
Yeah, I pinned it to the top of my in my channel on the full landscape. Tell you what, it's fucking cold outside, but it's still not as cold as what it was in Philly last week.
I'm in Nav's channel. That's what he just said. Okay, hold on. I can't give him your link. Can I? Hold on. Maybe I can. Hold on one sec.
If you got him on Instagram, yeah. I don't know if he's on Insta.
And Hell Raider, kiss my ass. It's cold to me.
Yeah.
I'm a Californian.
What's up, Hugs?
If it's under 60 degrees, Mike's bitching. So just so you guys understand.
Hey, at least I ain't got a fire going.
Yeah, my fire's always going.
Mike, it's a good thing you didn't go to Philly, man. You would have died there. They would have found you frozen in a snow pile somewhere.
I had that shit. I had enough of that cold shit when I was in the army, man. Fuck that shit. I don't like it.
Oh yeah. What's up, Mobile? What's going on, man?
I'm trying to I was trying to
make
pirate.
sure you guys get over to Navman's channel. It's 93 Nav, man. Give him a thumbs up.
Raider Shield Family's the actual thing, but if you do at 93 Nav, man, all my information's there. Trust me, there's plenty of people trolling me constantly just because I made it the same thing for everything. So
somebody just said, "Hey, to Hugbees." I don't see Hugbees in here.
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah.
Hug.
What's up, bro? Bring Hug in here. Show us the ticket. Hug. You are the freaking hero of the freaking nation with that ticket.
What's up, Panda? Well, now we just need we need the Giants to win this weekend.
Yeah. Well,
I don't even know what they're playing. I haven't even looked.
That could happen.
It could. Because we know we're not winning. I mean, Houston's defense is... We're going to get the same result this week that we had last week in Philly because their defense is just as good.
Oh,
and they didn't even have Jalen Carter last week out there for Philly, and they still did what they did without him in the middle.
Well, and the Texans' defense is just ridiculously freaking the best in the NFL. I mean, it's that I don't think there's even close. I mean, if you think about it, Jeff, I'm trying to think of a defense that was that dominant other than the Texans. I think I have to go back to the Ravens team in like 06, 07, something like that with Ray Lewis and those guys. I mean, because these dudes just freaking nuts. But
still, I think the best defense ever in the history of the NFL was that 85 Bears team. They
yeah, no question.
That was just an amazing team. I mean, that season was their defense. It wasn't their offense. I mean, their offense wasn't that great. You know, I mean, Walter Payton, obviously, but
and boy, could they dance and rap.
Super Bowl show. Hug D says 49-0 Texans. Yeah, probably not going to be far off.
You know how cool this right here would be cool. If the Giants win this week and next week, and the Titans win this week or next week, we could actually go into the freaking Chiefs game to try to just freaking end them. and I think we'll still lose that game, even if we try to win it. But the thing about it is, you can expect Max is going to be over there freaking yelling little ass boy the entire time.
Yeah.
You can expect that. That's going to happen. Little ass boy? Little ass boy, you wearing red and white? Huh, that's weird. After
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even interested in even like fielding that one.
I want to give Pete zero hope of coming back 2-15.
Pete needs to freaking chill, go to freaking Hawaii or wherever.
If he's back next year,
primetime television.
I'll be surprised if he's back next year. If he is, expect the same shit. I don't see us getting in it unless Spytech completely handles everything as far as the draft and is concerned. But I think Pete's still going to get his hands in there and muck things up. Free agency is the biggest thing I want to see some movement on because we didn't do jack shit for free agency last year.
I had somebody send me something on Instagram. I didn't even know who it was. And then I looked them up. It's actually an NFL insider. I'm not going to actually say the name, but it said, whether it's true or not, it just said AOC has been healthy for a month.
Mm-hmm.
He just refuses to play.
No, Gino's already slated to start this week.
No,
again, Pete Carroll's not going to bench Gino. Look at the game that he got fucked up on, and he could barely walk around on one leg, and they still let him go back out there.
No, I'm just saying they said that AOC refuses to play. That's why I put him on. They kept him on freaking the injured list.
No, I highly doubt that. I won't believe that one.
Oh, I would.
I can't imagine him saying he doesn't want. I don't know. I can't imagine any player saying they don't want to play, no matter how bad the team is. Because I think I would want, if I'm AOC, I'd want to have the chance to go out there and play and show that I can get the job done better than Gino can. Not saying that he can. I'm just saying you want that ability to go out there and possibly shine. That, why would you not want to?
Probably because he knows he's a QB too. And
no, what I'm getting at is if given the opportunity to get out there, why would you not want to go out there and show that you might have something that could help the team? You know what I mean?
Because he doesn't respect the leadership, doesn't, expect them to freaking count on him getting hurt. None of that shit.
Mike just found the private chat.
But Ralph, that's different. This dude preaches the gospel right here.
What's up, Rafa?
Yeah, yes, it is. Yeah, salute to y'all. Salute. Yo. Oh, we're going to tell her about this right now. I'm just drinking a lot of water because I know this cold weather, it's not that really good in the East Coast. And then I just got the flu. But, hey, here we are again right now talking Raiders. But I just wanted to tell you, between all this group of panel right now, I think in this team, this organization, they needs a lot of more discipline because there feels like a lot of disorganized, disconnection, and of course, yada, 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 the same bullshit. We had to fix it. We had to fix it from the bottom to the top because it's not going to be like really easy at all. From the beginning to the end, we got to resolve our things. And also, we got to rescue the spirit of all Davis because what he do, Mark Davis, as an owner for the Raiders, it's like a recipe for disaster. And we need to repair a lot. We had to repair a lot because I understand the R line sucks or quarterback sucks, and we had the big enough cap space. So what should I do about it? Bring a quarterback to bring youth, to bring eloquency, to bring everything, to bring speed, to bring production, to bring leadership, and of course, bring the rest of the bus in our line, because our line has a lot of problems.
Agreed. Agreed.
What he said.
Yeah, what that guy said. What he said right there.
Sweet James.
Thank you, sir.
I'm not sure we had more. So Panda says we had more discipline with AP on the sidelines. I'm not sure that's true.
Oh, I you know what? After seeing what I saw Sunday at the game, yeah, I believe it.
Well, I believe it now. But I mean, as a whole, I'm not sure it was a discipline thing. I don't think that's the right word. You know,
what I saw on the sidelines at Philly Sunday was atrocious.
Yeah.
I said it all week long on all the shows I've been on. When they came out at the start of the game, when they came out of the tunnel, the Raiders, some ran out, others just walked out like, hey, we're here. You know, there was no fire in anybody. You know, you would expect the team to come running out in unison, like, you know, all ready to go. They're all just miserable. You know, Max would come off the field and go to the furthest spot on the bench all the way down and sit by himself. No one from the defense would come to him. No one was sitting near him. He wouldn't go to anybody. He just sat over there by himself out of the way. The whole thing with him and Devin White, I saw it firsthand, and then when I was watching 805 on Wednesday night, I really saw exactly what happened, because it was after that certain play when they came off the field, he started bitching at each other, is because Max was coming off the line on the right side and the play was coming towards him, but he got tangled up, and as Devin White was coming down the line, Max was in his way, so he gave Max a good shove so he could get through trying to get to the ball carrier. It was actually Goddard. But he couldn't, so he pushed Max, and you could see that he shoved him. He shoved him pretty good, too. And that's when they came off the field yelling at each other. So It wasn't like because there was a screw-up or something like that. It's just that I think he got pissed that he got pushed from behind, and it was him. You know?
Yeah. Well, and the other part was I think what I saw was that Devin's job on that freaking play was to contain. And why are you even there is what Max was kind of saying. Why were you even behind me?
Yeah.
Your job was to contain. So, and I'm telling you what, I am fucking scared about Max Crosby, because at some point, a dude like that has had the season he's had with this team, I mean, he's going to be an All-Pro again. Probably the only one. Maybe our punter. Maybe AJ Cole's a freaking All-Pro. I don't know.
I don't think Max was going to be. I don't think he's going to make the All-Pro.
I don't think he will either.
Well, he'll make the Pro Bowl.
I don't think he makes the Pro Bowl.
Oh, I bet he does. I mean, hell, 10 sacks. Come on. 10 sacks, 40 tackles for loss.
He won't make it. On the AFC side, he won't make it. There's too much ahead of him. He won't make it. I'm telling you.
I mean, Myles Garrett, yeah, I get you, but I mean, they're going to have four.
You also have to remember, it's the
four
Pro Bowl.
Defensive ends make the Pro Bowl.
The voting for Pro Bowl is like a popularity contest. It's just like all-star voting in baseball.
No, I'm not trying to argue with you. What I'm trying to say is that the dude has actually had a great freaking season on a really bad team. Same thing with Myles Garrett. It's like, how do you Myles Garrett and Max Crosby, if they're not freaking like text messaging every day, I'd be amazed. It's like, wait, dude, we're like the same type of dudes right now. You know what I mean? We're the only thing that any on this team is doing, except for Brock Bowers on the Raiders. You know what I mean?
Just real quick, if you look at defensive ends, right, or linebackers, or just sack leaders. So for defensive end alone, so Myles Garrett is number one.
Yep.
Then it's Danielle Hunter from Houston.
Yep.
Then you've got Will Anderson from Houston.
Yep.
So there's your top 4 right there. Max Crosby's top 5, just defensive ends. Overall, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's number 10 in the entire league in sacks.
Is that PFF you're looking at or
No,
Spotrac?
I'm looking at the actual NFL stats on CBS Sportsline.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, but that's not my point exactly. It's kind of like
But even
when you're the only player, when you're the only player on your team that is actually playing with freaking, you know, I'm a little worried about freaking him leaving. You know, something needs to freaking change quick.
the only thing he's got good numbers in is solo tackles and assists.
Tackles for loss or
in
high.
total tackles, he's number 2 from what I can see.
Tackles for loss, he's number 1 in the league as a defensive end.
Yeah, it's not giving me that stat.
I did see that was Spotrac. Tackles for loss as a defensive end, he was number 1.
LS says number 2 in tackle for loss.
Oh yeah, it was number 2. Yep.
In the AFC, yeah. And then,
in the AFC.
I thought he was I thought he was leading in tackles for loss.
So, for defense alone, total tackles, he's number 1 in the AFC, number 2 in the entire NFL. Number 1 is Byron Young with 72 combined. Max is number 2 at 67. Myles Garrett, 21.5 sacks. God damn.
Jesus Christ.
Right. But
and it's still 3 games to go.
Yeah. And the thing about it's kind of like the way I was thinking about like Trey with the Bengals. It's like that's what he does. That's all he does is pass rush. Max does it. He's not just a pass rusher. With a team that we have now, him and Adam Butler are the entire freaking defensive line. In reality. So, you know, it's one of those where it's kind of like, damn, you know, where do you ask a sack type defensive end to have to go tackle like every single play? You know, it's Myles Garrett is a pass rusher. That's what he does. Trey Henderson, pass rusher. That's what he does. Max is a defender. That's the difference, I think, in my opinion. And that's and as I was trying to say, it's like I don't think that he's necessarily going to get all pro vote. But if you look at all the numbers and everything he does, the team is what the problem is when it comes to where these votes come from. If you're 2 in whatever you are at the time, at the end of this, then, you know, it's one of those, and it has nothing to do with what Max is putting on the field, though, is the thing, you know.
Ellis and John Leone both agree with me that I don't think Max makes the pro. If he does, he ain't going to be the starter. He's going to be like the last alternate type thing.
Oh, that would.
And you know what? Here's the other thing too with this. You got to remember too, these guys that make the Pro Bowl. So even if he doesn't make the Pro Bowl, by default, sometimes these guys make it. Like look at the quarterback situation. So if the 2 teams in the Super Bowl, right? Their starting quarterbacks are in the Pro Bowl. Well, they back out of it because they're in the Super Bowl, so they're not going to play in the Pro Bowl.
Well,
but then
like
someone else, yeah, and then they move it up. So the guy that finishes number 4 now gets selected to play in the Pro Bowl. Well, he's injured, so he's not going to play because he's not going to risk getting injured again. So, or he's got other commitments, so he doesn't go, but he's still a Pro Bowler, so he moves to the side. Now the number 5 quarterback. So you really got diluted. Is what ends up happening. So
that's why the Pro Bowl
guys make the Pro Bowl anymore. That's why the All Pro is more important than the Pro Bowl. I respect the All Pro decision because that's picked by their peers. So it's picked by the players in the league, whereas Pro Bowl is picked by us, the fans. So again, if a shit ton of Raider fans vote for him, he's going to probably get in. You know, that's why I don't put as much stock in Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl's like a.
Is that
What's up, Randy?
I think for as bad as this team's been, and the kind of shit that Max has done, it's to me a no-brainer that he's an all-pro because he literally is the only bright spot in that defense. You know, it's like but the thing is, once he realized he's not going to be able to rush the passer every single.
I don't hate him. I just want to trade him now while we can get a shit ton of stuff for him rather than wait.
Okay, I got you. Okay, understood. But
I don't hate the guy.
No, my point is like.
No, Bueno says I hate Crosby. I don't hate Crosby.
Oh yeah, no, he does not. Not even close. But I will tell you this. He is probably not happy, and if somebody gives him the right offer, we're gonna have to. There's gonna have to be a moment of silence for that shit.
I appreciate you, brother.
You know what I mean? To be honest with you, there's gonna be an offer put out there for Max Crosby after this season, and it'll be one of those. You know what I mean? Where it's like, okay. What's the best? And to be honest with you, I think Max is a Raider all the way through and through, and it's got to be a conversation with him. You know what I mean? Where you just go, look, dude, we respect you enough to let you go, but to let you go, we're gonna have to get a lot for you, and hopefully one day we can bring you back and retire you as a Raider. You know, and that's going to have to be the way that conversation happens.
Well,
it can't be just shove him off to another team. I think that's
definitely LS. You have to take that.
Yeah. So it'll have to be something big. Yeah, 21 is it. I mean, it is crazy.
That's what I mean, LS. Like, it gets so diluted that guys that were like number 5 or number 6 in the list of, the top whatever quarterbacks that, in the voting ends up being the starter on the offense for the AFC because guys in the Super Bowl aren't playing. Guys don't want to commit to it, but right. They're still considered Pro Bowlers, but they're not going to be there now. So it's a farce, and the fact that it's a fucking flag football game, I think it's a joke. Too.
All right,
the skill stuff's cool. I like the skill shit.
I like the skills challenges. I do like that.
Reminds me of the old Battle of the Network Stars. Remember those shows in the 80s and 70s? That shit was awesome.
Mike, were you about to say something?
No, I was just saluting people that were coming in. That Jack was in there. Jack wants to.
What's up, Jack?
So get the carrier pigeon out, Jeff.
Yeah. Oh shit, Kenna? Fuck. Nope, he's sick. We can't bring him in. We'll all get sick. He's been sick.
I got surgery. I got surgery coming up, man. I can't take no chances.
Every time I bring that up, John, I get shit. Like if I say it on the Connection show or if I say it on the Most Notorious, everybody gets on my case about that. Why do you want to get rid of Max? Because you guys are all married to him. I'm sick and tired of that shit.
Well, here's the thing.
Married to players. No, we can't trade him. He's the face of the team. Fuck him. I don't give a shit.
But Jeff, the reality is the reality. Right now, he's the freaking stud that anybody would want. If we continue to freaking waste his career, then he's not going to be worth what he's worth now. As much as that sucks,
then why did he want a contract extension then?
What's that?
Then why did we give him a contract extension? If he feels like he's wasting his career here, why didn't he just say, you know what, just trade me now and I'll go get money?
I'm not the one that did it. I'm just saying. I'm just I'm just saying it's. I mean, now's the time, not when he's not. You know what I mean? If that's what you're gonna do it.
See? There you go. There's a guy that's married to Max Crosby right there. No conversation on trading Max.
That's Kenna. Yeah. And he also wants every single Raider player to be a freaking fighting Irish. So just saying. Jack, sorry to freaking do it to you, but
my god, what?
And he wants every player to wear 00.
Yeah, it's got to be 00. If you're not wearing 00, you suck. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we got to bring
JPJ
back to center. No, we don't.
No. That's the other
Later,
one.
Duncan. Oh God, I remember that Pro Bowl game.
Oh God, yeah.
Sean Taylor was out there. He was playing that game, man. He wanted that bonus money in that game.
Was that Shane Leckler or something that he freaking?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Leckler.
Who was that? I remember that.
I think the guy's still laying on the field in Honolulu right now because.
But I will tell you,
knocked the guy's soul out of him.
I don't even think a flag was thrown at first because they're like, "Oh my God, that just happened."
Clean hit. He just hit him full speed and fucking.
Oh yeah,
like I said, he knocked his soul right out of his body.
Yeah, and then I think there was a flag afterwards, like gave him the business or something like that. Said something. I don't even know what it was actually.
And that's what I say, Frank. We should have traded him away before the draft. We could have got draft capital, and we wouldn't have had to have signed him to that contract and blah blah blah. Because he, like Jason said, he wanted the guaranteed money. Well, I'll tell you what, Max, we'll trade you, and you get guaranteed money from whoever we trade you to.
Damn.
Well,
you know what, LS? That's a good statement right there. Max wants to say because he knows being a Raider fan for life is better for him financially past football. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that's not a lie. That's a great statement. No. So, John, I agree with you, but I disagree with you. I agree with you in the fact that he's not one of the top defensive ends in the NFL because of sacks. But I will tell you that the dude does way more than most defensive ends do, based on a shitty defense.
Mike, did you see this comment from Frank Webb? He goes, Jack wants 11 centers on the field.
Yeah, 11
centers? What the fuck?
And JPJ
the name. That's the name of the guy that Sean Taylor hit, Brian Moorman.
Jack wants the link. He wants to defend himself.
11 centers. I mean, no, that doesn't fit at all.
Hey, can you go back, Jeff? Can you go back? Can you go back a couple on that? I like your point to Max. I think he means.
Yeah.
We love you enough to trade you, but we got to get a lot for you. That'll play to his ego and will show him proper respect. I don't think ego's the issue. Would be an issue here. It'd be more of a, look, bro, this team ain't good enough for you. We want to put you in a position where you can actually freaking win a championship. And hopefully one day, from all the shit we get from you, you know, in trade for you, we can bring you back and retire you as a Raider. You know,
I agree with that. I agree. And there's a thing, because I love Max Crosby, but he deserves to go somewhere and win. I mean, he always be a Raider. I mean, he probably.
That's the other thing, and I don't agree with that. But anyway,
but he deserves a shot somewhere positive. I mean,
why?
He's not gonna be really dumb, because
we're gonna look. So we're gonna. Yeah, but then that means we limit who we trade him to. I want to trade. I don't want to trade him to someone that's going to win a Super Bowl, because what good is that first round draft pick if it's the 32nd pick? I want to trade him to somebody that wants to pay for him.
That means he has to go to the NFC. That's what it means.
That is right. That is right. Yeah.
Oh God. Oh shit.
Damn. Oh no.
What
I'm
the hell
leaving.
are you doing? You deer hunting?
I'm leaving.
Oh man. Hey, what's up, fellas? Jeff,
What are you deer
Nav,
hunting? You out deer hunting or what?
Stacktown. Hey, dude,
What's up, Jeff?
you know you love this look.
He's
I
sitting
know
in a
you wear
blind.
this look.
He's sitting in a blind somewhere.
Oh my God. Are you on
What's up,
hunting
Ross?
season? Yeah, I'm very good, Jack.
Hey, man, I went to dinner last night with some friends, and my buddy who's got some property up here in Lincoln, 900 acres, and I saw a 5-point, blacktail. You never see 5-point blacktails, and he's got some hogs. He's got some turkeys. So yeah, dude, I'm ready to go hunting again. This will be super fun.
I want some
But-
venison.
I'll
I don't
bring
know,
you some
Frank.
steak, Mike, if I get one.
I'd have to think about that one, Frank, as far as what I would put for a price on Max to trade him.
A 5-point deer?
No, it's a blacktail, Bob. It's not like a whitetail or a muley. That's like a deer that weighs about 63 pounds, field dressed.
I agree, Johnny won't.
I'm not impressed.
Oh my
I'm
God.
done.
Well, right, you're not going to get those type of deer in California, so it's totally different. So I'm going to guess, like in your state, it's all whitetail, right?
Yeah, and they look like
Look at you wearing your fucking camo too, bro.
No, I just put it on
Oh,
just for
no.
you.
Put it on.
I just popped on. So when I saw you guys talking about Max,
I got
this is a bunch of.
pants on.
Oh no.
Oh, we don't want to see your balls, dude.
Oh no! What? Oh, he's fingering the camera. Okay.
It's because he kicked it off the table. Yeah, money. You know what? I wouldn't mind Detroit because I know Detroit's not winning the Super Bowl this year. They're going to be lucky to make the playoffs at this rate. So it'll be a mid pick. So that wouldn't be too bad. I could take that.
So
Yeah,
I hopped on when I heard you guys talking about Max.
And JPJ's never
that
going to
is-
be
that
a
is-
center again, too. Remember that.
So I'm coming in late, so I don't know what the conversation was before, but we all remember Cleo Mack, right? And how mad we were
No,
mad
who's
about
that?
getting Cleo Mack.
Cleo who?
Who's Khalil
Yeah,
Mack?
Cleo fool. Who? What? Who?
Well,
Who?
you just said you all remember him, right? I'm like, no.
You just
Well, if you're gonna do that to Max, it's gonna be the same fucking deal. It's
How's it going to be the
stupid.
same deal? What do you mean it's
not
going to be the
the same
same deal?
Well,
No,
Now, hold
it
on.
is.
Let Jack hang on. Jack, why do you think it's going to be the same deal? When you say same deal, you mean like what we're going to get for him?
No, I think Mac will get more than Crosby than what we
But
got.
then why do you say it's going to be the same
What?
deal?
But I feel like the contract
make-
right now it looks good.
Yeah, but you're not
36
listening
million?
to the question. Jack, you yourself just said it's going to be the same deal. What do you mean by the deal?
Well,
Are
I
you
mean by
saying
the same deal, we're going to be all disappointed as Raider
And-
fans. We're going to be like, okay, this is what we got with the trade, and then we're going to be all disappointed in what we got out of it after you take your draft picks.
okay? So
I
you're
see
one
what
of
you're
those
saying.
guys then. Got it. Totally got it.
Before it's gonna happen.
You're one of those guys that's still stuck in the past where we can't draft right. Those were regimes years ago.
No, I
Everybody's
feel
got
like we're going to draft better.
hang on. Everybody's got this issue with, well, we were never good at, when we made that trade with Mac, for Mac, this is what happened with those trade picks. We'll do the same thing again. How can you sit here and say that when it's different people in charge? First of all, we don't even know who's going to be in charge next season when the draft picks are made.
Exactly.
Okay. We don't know if it's going to
Well-
be Spytech still here or not. So you can't honestly sit here and say
So do
because we've fucked up in the past, we're going to fuck up again in the future. Everybody that keeps saying that pisses me off because I'm sick and tired of it. It's the same
Okay.
people that are usually fucking married to players and get stuck with that same past false mentality that things will never change. Yes, I know things have always been fucked up, but if we keep thinking that way, then it seems like it comes to fruition and happens all the time.
Well,
we
I have
can't
follow-up
keep sitting there
questions for
saying
you, Jeff.
we can't trade somebody away because we're gonna fuck the draft picks up. Then we'll never do anything. We'll never take a chance of moving forward again.
No, it's
ever.
about the amount of picks. I don't think we're going to get as many picks.
That's not what you said. You just changed your answer now because you said we're going to fuck up the picks we're going to get from them. That's what you said.
Okay, I
So
did
now
say
you're
that 'cause
saying
I've
it's
been
going to be
drinking
the
a little bit
number of
tonight.
picks. You're missing it.
And Nav, I finally thank you, bro. I really do thank you. I'm feeling better tonight.
And
Okay,
also we cannot
look,
draft it.
don't
Wait.
don't dodge-
Let me finish
whoa,
up.
whoa, stop, Jack, and
Why
and
are we stopping?
and you're welcome. However, don't dodge what Jeff's doing right now with you, because I feel the same way that he feels. On you say we'll do the same thing with Max we did with Khalil Mack.
I just feel it would be a bad trade, no matter what.
Well,
It's not even the same context. Max has been a Raider for how long?
He was here longer than Mac was. Let's put it that
7.
way.
Right, he has been. Max rookie's
Hold on.
contract, then he was gone when Gruden came over.
The trade
That's
we made
exactly
for
what it
Max,
was.
the trade we made when we sent him to Chicago, what we got in return before we made the moves, what we got in return for picks and everything was good. We did damn well with what we got for him for value. Okay. What we did with those picks was the issue. And I get that.
Right.
But to sit here and say right now in this at this moment in time that if we trade Max for something almost, let's just say it's equal to what we got for Khalil Mack. Okay. Even though we know it's not going to be. I know that. But let's say we get the same exact thing. So it's what we do. It's a good deal. It's a good value for what we're giving up for him and what we're getting in return. But it doesn't come to true form until we make those picks. And to sit here and say we're going to mess those picks up just like we did back then. First of all, the draft is a complete crapshoot. Everybody knows that. Okay.
Right.
You could grab the number one overall player that's touted as the number one, and it could be a complete bust. We've done that already, and it happened. So it does happen. Okay.
DeMarcus,
You can't sit here
Forever ago, though.
But you can't sit here and say that every time we want to think about making a move, we can't do that move because we're going to fuck up those picks. That's the mentality that gets us stuck in this rut, that we never make big moves and we lose players and we get nothing for them. You know, like Derek Carr, we lost him. We got nothing for him. If they were so adamant about moving on from him, they should have traded him instead of just waiting till the end of the season, told him to go home so you don't get hurt on the facility and we're not stuck with your contract. We're just going to let you go instead of getting something for him. You know, it's shit like that. Everybody gets stuck in that mentality. And just like Money Truck said, it's the same type of people that say we don't want to draft QB in the first round because we did that with DeMarcus Russell, and that's what happened.
Yeah, 30 plus years ago.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say, too. It's the same mindset. It's like, we
exactly.
draft a quarterback.
Past performance is not indicative of future events or results.
Well, what do they say the definition of insanity is? Doing the same shit
thing
over and over again.
Expecting to get different results.
Okay, then Jeff, I'm going to throw this at you, bro. It's like they signed him for $36 million a year. Right now, that is like a cheap contract for a high end, like a top defensive end in the NFL. And you want to trade his ass to get some draft picks. Okay, maybe they might be good. Maybe they might not be good. Maybe they'd be all-stars. I don't know. But that's what you try to achieve is like those high-end players. And he's the only one player that's on this entire defense that can do that. He's the only one. And that contract is a good-looking contract right now. So I'd rather
right now it is because we signed him before Myles Garrett signed his. That was the smartest move we made.
And what's his name from Dallas? They traded, and he went to Green Bay, and they signed him for a big ass contract. So $36 million a year versus like $48 million a year. That's a $12 million a year difference.
Fuck the money. I don't give a fuck about the money. Take the money out of the equation, but stop right there for a second. So Dallas trades away Micah Parsons, right? And what did they do after that? They brought in a couple of defenders that changed that team. That defense got better without Micah Parsons here because now they could really stop the run now with the guys they brought in. That defense is better now than it was when Micah was here, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
And it was nothing but a pass rusher.
Yeah, that's all he was. That's all he was. And they got better.
And the Raiders can't do that next year. Like you get a guy like replace Christian Wilkinson, like kissing guys on the forehead. That's what we're missing right now. Is that
Wilkins?
Again, go next to Butler.
Wilkins and Wilkinson are two different players.
Well, Wilkins. What's up, Purple?
Yeah, I don't have that one.
Sorry, it's Furpo. Every time
I
see
don't have that. Here it is. I had
to freaking throw it at him.
Raiders.
Love that. That's cool.
Furpo has like 93 jobs. He's always at work, no matter what. He's always at work. Dude's always at work. Furpo, you are the freaking a stud. You're always working, bro. And the fact that you're off work, it might have been the first time I've actually ever seen him off work. It's amazing.
He probably just got off work, 12-hour shift.
Well, what Mike say? Mike said he works 25 hours a day.
8 days a week.
Yeah.
He said he only has one job.
Oh, really? What job is that, Furpo? Come on, tell us.
And Money Chuck's right here too. You build around guys like Bowers and Genty. Keep it Max, because some people even said this to me. Well, we should build around Max. You don't build a team around a defensive end.
No,
I'm sorry. You don't build the team around a defensive end.
But why get rid of a guy that's like a cheap in NFL
We're not
world
getting rid
today?
of a guy. Again, take the money out of the equation. You and the money. Is it coming out of your pocket? Are you paying for it?
Jeff, there's a thing called the salary cap in the NFL.
Okay.
So, wait.
Whoa,
stop.
what's that?
No,
What's that?
Jack, hold on. Before you go there with the salary cap, easy before you go there, because 115 million below the cap. We good. We okay on that. 115 million below the cap,
And it's going to go up again too.
Yes. Yeah. So the thing about it is this: if you have a defensive end that is a freaking stud, you build your defense around him, but you don't build the team around him.
No, agreed.
You know what I mean? You
put the pieces in place. So when I hear people say blow this shit up, blow it all up, right? How many free agents are we going to have next year anyways?
27.
Like half of them are free agents anyway. So
23.
You don't
23.
have to blow it up. You keep the players
23.
that are like the good players anyways.
Mike has the number. He can tell you.
So you got Mike?
I thought it was 23, but then I saw somebody in the chat earlier mention we're going to have 27, so I'm not sure. He made that person made it right.
So you don't have to blow it up. It's already going to be blown up.
Over 20, in other words, over 20.
Yeah, it is. I think it's 23 or 24. I don't. 27.
That's what I thought it was.
Last year we had 27.
I mean,
okay.
Is what it is.
There's going to be guys that we're not going to want to resign anyway, so that 23 is going to be diluted down anyway.
Right.
All the 1 year contracts that came in with Pete Carroll, there's only 2 that are beyond 1 year. Only 2.
I think the most set Max has had in a season was 14 sacks. I think that was his second year. So, in all honesty, his average per year is like 10 sacks. Well, that's
good.
That's better than an average. That's good, but it's no better than most above average.
But he's such a good run defender, though, too. I think he pulls his weight more in the run defense as well.
That's the other part. The other part is
tackles behind the line of scrimmage.
What would he be like? What would Max be like on a defensive line that were defending the run on their own without his help? You know what I mean? How many sacks would he have? Would it be a Myles Garrett style type of I can just freaking go off? Because the thing about it is Max has to defend the run more than most defensive ends do. That's why he has the numbers he has as far as tackles for loss, that type of stuff. So when you see a defensive end 50% of the time rolling around next to the defensive tackle to go upfield, that tells me that nobody else on the defensive line except for maybe Adam Butler is worth a shit. So when you have a defensive end that's having to roll around all the time, just on 3rd and 4, trying to stop.
Swings too, and that's the other thing with Max. He over pursues. He swings too far out wide, and everything. And the running backs tend to cut back in on him too.
Yeah, and he goes too far. He goes too deep into the backfield too.
Too far out wide.
He does, but I mean, you think about it. It's like that. The defensive line. He's got an assignment. He goes and does it. And if he over pursues it, what you usually see is 98 tackling him from behind. You know what I mean? If the dude breaks loose, you know what I mean?
That's why Jack likes him so much, because he takes it from behind.
Yeah, that's what Jack likes right there. Is
hey, Jeff,
behind you.
I love, as Nav would say, I love you no shit, but.
Love you no shit, but here's your number one, right? Gotcha. Yep.
Man, that was a pretty good imitation, man.
I tried. Yeah, but I don't understand. It's like, that's what you try to achieve on your team to get guys like a Greg Townsend, a Howie Long, a Lyle Zato on your squad. That's what you try to achieve. And this team is really not as far away as a lot of people think. You get that quarterback, let him sit for a year. We need that offensive line. We do need that offensive line. You get Miller back. You get JPJ back. You look at guys like Creed Humphrey from from Baltimore, and then one other offensive guard. It's like look at Chicago. They got a couple of them, and you look at the Patriots. They got a couple offensive linemen. We got 2 young rookies.
They got 2 rookies starting the left side by side, a rookie left tackle and a rookie left guard, and look how good they're doing.
Yeah.
Right now the left tackle's out injured, and who's been playing for him in that position?
Huh? Wait, Rogers played 2 games now?
No, we're talking Patriots. Do you know who's been playing in his spot every now and then? Huh?
Oh, I don't follow the Patriots that much.
Mumford, a guy we had.
Oh, yeah.
The win-loss record.
Right.
Yeah. Look at someone else that's out there having a good year this year. Let's see. Van Roten with the Giants offensive line.
Oh, Van Roten.
Yeah, I always liked Roten when he was with us too, man. I was sad to see him go.
Robert Spillane was absolutely killing it with the Patriots.
I wish we would have kept him. We should have. We kept the
me too. Yeah, I've had this argument with this guy right up here on fucking.
We should have kept Chase on, and we should have kept Spillane. But Spillane was going to cost us a lot, though.
Wait! Did I just hear Jeff say keep Spillane?
I got a question for you guys. Who's the cornerback 1 for the Panthers right now?
I can't remember his name. Bryce, Bryce. Yeah.
And he's freaking killing. Probably going to be a Pro Bowl.
Well, they got a running game too now.
But
DZ said Raiders per OTC will have 105 million in cap space.
Yeah. So currently, from what I saw,
that's my boy right there, DZ. What's up, DZ?
That's only about 10 million less than what we had last year. I think last year we were around 110, 115. Or was it 120?
115, almost on the money.
Yeah. Patriots had 120 to 130, I believe.
They were the highest. But we have, I think, 12 1-year deals, which will bring it right back to that 115 pretty easily.
I think it's right.
You get rid of
those.
Not
lying, LS, that's for sure.
So.
I got another question for you. Like this, kind of change it up. Do you guys want Jamal Adams come back?
Yeah.
I would be all right.
I kind of like him.
No, I'd rather have Devin White. I'm with Jamal. Yeah.
Nav, Roth, Mike, what do you guys think?
I don't know if we had a. I wouldn't mind. Oh, go ahead. Whoever started talking.
As long as Jamal Adams is playing in the role he's playing in, is kind of like one of those hybrid freaking strong safety, freaking outside linebacker roles, I'm good with it.
Could you imagine, Frank? Could you imagine if social media was around that year that we traded Stabler, Casper, and Tatum the whole same year?
Oh my God!
People would.
Oh my God!
People would go absolutely ballistic if they have the same mentality that Jack has about don't trade him. He's too good. Don't trade Max. Can't trade Max. If everybody had that mentality when that happened with Stabler, Casper, and Tatum, oh good God!
Hey, did you guys see the picture, the side by side Timeouts Raider on Instagram that I put up? That looks like Jim Plunkett. Did you guys see that?
No, I didn't see it. I still think he looks like Tony Gonzalez.
No, until I pulled up the picture of young Jim Plunkett. Now, granted, Plunkett has a lot more hair, like Elvis style. But you look at Timeouts Raider and look at Plunkett. They're twins, bro. I ain't shit yet. After last night's show, I'm like, dude, you look like Plunkett. He goes, what? He goes, that's a compliment. I said, well, maybe. Let's see. So today I was kind of like, let me see what. I'm pretty sure he looks like Plunkett. So I did go on and find a picture of them side by side, and sure enough, he definitely looks like Jim Plunkett.
Dude, Plunkett is a big man. I met him like in 1987 when Notre Dame, Nav, Mike, like when Tim Brown was on the team.
I've heard this story.
But not everyone in the chat is like knows this. So I was in the parking lot.
I met him
going to
the bathroom in New England,
like grab a drink, and I met Jim Plunkett in the parking lot. And it's like that dude's a big dude. You know, me and Nav was like 6'2", and he's taller than either one of us. He's a big dude.
I've seen him. He was in the parking lot in Oakland a lot. Yeah, I met him a few times. He's a nice guy.
Hey, did you see Mark Gastineau freaking had a freaking a meeting with freaking Favre, screaming at Favre saying, I want my fucking sack back. Did you see that?
What? No.
So Favre gave up on that freaking one play that gave Michael Strahan the freaking sack lead.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Gastineau was at a signing moment or something, and freaking was all over Favre's like, hey, let's line up right now and give me my sack back. And Favre's like, dude, no, you're way too big for that. You're going to hurt me. You know what I mean?
Well, didn't Favre like just fall down on that sack?
I don't. And I looked at that play and I'm like, yeah, I would too. He was getting freaking mauled by Strahan that entire game.
Brady used to do that all the time. He would just crumble into a little ball when he knew.
I agree with that, DZ. DZ, who are you a fan of? What team is your team?
Oh, DZ's like he's on the Wild Wild West show. He's a Chargers host. He's my boy.
Oh, DZ's good people.
That's DZ. That's DZ.
I just wanted because he said as an outsider. I was just curious what team he follows. That's all.
No, he's good people, man. I didn't know Chargers had fans until I met DZ.
Well, there's only one that we know of, but we don't say his name because if you say it 3 times, it's like saying
here.
I mean, it's been really nice the last
DZ. Say
it's been
DZ.
nice the last 2 months,
right.
The last month and a half. So.
That's what I said. DZ.
And the thing about it is, we do that Wild Wild West show on Wednesdays, right? You know, it's the AFC West, and there's never a Chiefs freaking representative there, ever. So that says a lot. Yeah, we have.
I thought you had a Chiefs guy on there.
It's an AFC West
It used to
show.
be Alex.
Yeah, but I thought there was a Chiefs guy on there.
It was
Yeah,
Alex.
not all.
He hasn't been. Let me guess. He hasn't been back since they lost the Super Bowl, right?
Exact.
Because I know he was on. Because I watched it the week before, and I saw him all like rah, 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 this and that. And like I was sitting and watching this, I'm like, is anybody gonna shut this guy up? Because all he's doing is talking about the Chiefs, and you got 3 other guys in here from 3 other teams, and no one else is getting a chance to say anything. He just wouldn't shut up. So I just stopped watching it, and then when I saw it after, I wanted to watch it after the Super Bowl, see what he was gonna say, and he wasn't on. He hasn't been back since.
No.
No, he left to go with a couple charges like coach defense and another Chargers fan. Like you used to be a host, so he went to that show and with Captain Jack too.
So let me ask you guys this. I want to start with Navman first. Just give me a quick response on this. It pertains to Joe
Mike,
Burrow.
stop. Mike, don't you fucking dare.
Hey, I didn't do that on purpose. I swear to God.
Why, what did he say?
I laughed when you said, "Give me a quick response."
Joe Burrow.
I'll do my best, Jeff. I'll do my best.
All right, Joe Burrow. If he's serious about not wanting to come back, do we make a move?
No.
No, Mike.
Hell no.
Rafa.
No, absolutely not.
Jack.
I'm sorry. What was the question? It's like a Chiefs host. I'm trying to read the chat and going to my phone.
About Jack Burrow. Yes or no?
If Joe Burrow is serious about not wanting to go back to Cincinnati, do we attempt to try and bring him here? Yes or no?
It depends on the trade.
I knew he'd complicate the question.
You knew that, Mike. You knew that. It always depends, right?
Oh,
No, it does not.
It's yes or no. Do you want to pursue him or no? Before you even know what the parameters of the trade are going to be, would you want to pursue? Do you want him on the team?
But honestly, I feel like, at this point in time, I'd just rather just take a quarterback in the draft. So, no, I'm going to say no.
Answer? So what's your answer?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
Mike knows me. It's like you got to like put a trade up for me and like let me evaluate the trade.
Well, in other words, you would say yes because you're willing. If the trade was right, you would take him. So the answer would be yes.
If the trade was good, I would take it. But right now, no.
There you go.
Yes or no, I'd say no.
All right, listen, man.
Never mind. He'll get it three shows later. He'll give us an answer.
Let me ask you this, Jack. Did you wait to say, "Hey, do you want to have sex?" And do you sit there and go, "Oh, I don't know. Depends on what type of sex or what time."
Yeah.
Do you just say yes or no? Can you say yes or no to anything? Hey, do you want to eat?
Hey,
No.
Jeff.
Yes.
Jeff.
What?
I'm going to send you a picture of Mike with the double fingers.
I can see him right
I'll say
there.
no.
I can see him right there. I've seen that picture. I don't know how many times already. You send it to me all the time.
please no.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something. This is the most fun I've had in a while right here. Because I mean, look,
So I'm going to answer my own question on the Joe Burrow.
you should.
I say yes.
Go ahead.
I would be interested. I would totally be interested. And I will tell you, I will elaborate on it right now, real quick.
No, but you said short
It's a
answer.
yes or no. So
Yeah, yes or no.
four first
But
round
like
draft
everybody's
picks,
saying, get
2 seconds.
grab the rookie quarterback. First of all, we need to know what's happening with the coach situation. First and foremost, who's going to be the head coach? Who's going to be the offensive coordinator? And if we don't address free agency, offensive line, then I'm not for because if we go into next season with this line here, there's no way in hell I'm bringing a rookie in unless he's guaranteed we're sitting his ass for a couple of seasons until we get that offensive line fixed. Because there ain't no QB, whether it be a rookie or a seasoned veteran, that's going to come in and win us games. Not going to win us any more than what we have now. So we're screwed until that line gets fixed.
So
That's
you just said what I just said. You don't know.
So Jeff, so what you're saying is we're going to wind up with Burrow and Zach Taylor. Is that what we're going to end up with?
Oh, I don't want Zach Taylor if he gets shit canned. I don't want a guy. Hell no. No fucking way. No.
Oh my
Again,
God.
I don't want a retread. I don't want somebody that's been like, I don't want a Gruden or, I don't want another Pete Carroll situation. I definitely don't want a guy that just got fired like him. Like Daboll, I would bring in, to be honest with you, but not as the head coach.
That is true.
I would bring him in as the OC. My
ultimate,
I would love for Saleh to come here as the head coach. Daboll is the OC. Don't hire a defensive coordinator because you know why? Because Saleh can run the defense. Leave Daboll alone to run the offense. You stay out of it. You run the defense, but you're still ultimately the head coach. That saves us from hiring a defensive coordinator because he can do it right there on the field. I'd rather have him doing that because if he's the head coach and you have someone else being the DC, I'd rather just have him calling the plays on defense.
Now, Saleh's also been fired from a really bad team as well.
The Jets.
Yeah, but that wasn't that. I don't give him. I don't blame him for that team. Their organization's just as bad as us. They don't do shit to help out the team or the coaches.
Yeah.
They're historically bad. They don't even bring help in.
So
when you're on the Jets, you get a mulligan.
So right. Yeah, I agree with you there. But I mean, as a DC, fuck yeah. But lateral moves ain't happening. I mean, the DCs and OCs are only leaving their teams, if they're successful on a head coaching. There's not going to be any lateral moves.
See, if Daboll came here and we got a young offensive and we got a young QB, and with our two tight ends and everything, I think we could, and we fixed the O-line, we could have something there. I really think we could because you saw what he's doing with what he did with Josh Allen to turn him around. You saw what he did when he was in New England as the tight ends coach. He was there during the Gronk and Hernandez days when they were both playing and both really good. So you know what he can do with tight ends. Now you pair him with a good quarterback, whether it be Joe Burrow or somebody else or whatever, you could be talking something serious provided the trenches are fixed. If the trenches aren't fixed, we're screwed.
So my only question would be is, Jack, what would you do with two good tight ends?
Oh, Jesus
We already
Christ.
have good two tight ends.
Oh,
I mean,
so
Michael Mayers and
I'm
Brock
not trading.
Bowers, we got good two tight ends.
I'm entertaining.
If I'm going to play GM,
that was rough.
I'm hoping that McDaniels, the Miami coach, gets fired.
It was a joke, Jack. He said,
Okay.
"What would you do with two good tight ends?"
Dude,
think about it.
Better players, better coaching staff to run this offense. That's for sure.
Still didn't get it.
Oh
Just
God!
throwing a joke. Just a joke, Jack.
It was a joke. Two tight ends. What would you do with two tight ends? Think about it. It's a joke.
Hey, and here's the other thing too. Think about this real quick. So if you brought if Saleh if Saleh and Daboll were both here as coaches, right? Having been head coaches in New York City with the media in New York and on the East Coast, this media here in Las Vegas is, you talk about soft as baby shit. These guys don't ask shit for hard questions.
No,
our coaches right now, if the media guys in our media room were to go to New York, they'd get lost in the shuffle. They wouldn't get a single question asked picked out from them because they don't ask aggressive enough questions. That New York media is no joke, man.
No, I'm with you 100%. It's one of those. It's like every single presser I'm watching, I'm like, wait, am I watching last week's presser or is this the? It seems like every presser's the same.
Oh, this is Pete. Like, we're going to do this. Yeah, we're
going to get better. And then
everybody's still competing, and it's a process. It could take some more time, dude. How much more time do you have? You got 3 games, bitch. Fix it.
What I love the most, Jeff.
Right, Jeff.
Jeff, when they literally, there was no way you could, even if you won out to win 10 games. He said, I've always won 10 games. and we're going
which
to
is
do
a lie.
And we're gonna win a bunch of games. And you haven't won shit.
No. But he goes, I've always won 10 games my entire career. And we're going to continue to do that. I was doing the math. I'm like, no, we actually can't win 10 games at this point. You know what I mean? Several weeks ago, but I was like, no, it's 10 games is not going to happen. No matter what happens, no matter what you do, you can win out, you can do whatever you want. 10 games ain't
Yeah,
happening.
I ain't giving up that for Burrow. Hell no. I'm just saying
Yeah.
I'd entertain it. I wouldn't mind getting him here. It would be nice. If it's reasonable, that's not reasonable. 3 first-round picks, absolutely not. Because then you screw us for the future.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, sorry, Rob. Go.
Oh yeah, about for the case of Joe Burrow, did I just say no? I mean, that's not gonna happen. But in some point, the only way that we can make Burrow want to come here, if we have a coach that he likes, a line that is better than a Bengals line, and supporting cast to make his life easier. I mean, Pete Carroll's on his way out, either getting fired or retiring for the next 2 years. Or online is bad because obviously Genty, Bowers, or Solian playmakers. I don't think it's gonna be really enough to make Burrow to come here because it is the only organization with the draft capital to do it. It's probably the Jets. But I don't think he would do that. I mean, they all need to peak to rebuild quickly because remember, he's got a full no trade clause, and there's no way he can accept to go in somewhere where he not immediately playoff contenders. And why he would go to a worse team with a worse online? I mean, what are the guys?
It's not even the O-line either. Well, this goes back to Navman asking me the question earlier if that means I wanted Zach here too as the coach. How is a guy that's a coach of a team that has granted Joe Burrow was out most of the season, but prior to that he wasn't. A guy that had Joe Burrow as his quarterback, Jamar Chase as your wide receiver,
right?
T. Higgins as your other wide receiver,
Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, and a good defensive end, I think, is probably better than Max, to be honest with you. Granted, he's on the IR right now.
Oh no.
Why would he go? Why can he not win with that type of talent? And then we want to have him come here where we've got less talent. All we really have on offense in the receiving category is a tight end and Brock Bowers. Yep. What do you have that's equal to T. Higgins or Jamar Chase on our team? No one. No. Brock is the closest to Jamar Chase on our roster.
No, Brock's
and he ain't a wide receiver; he's a tight end. You know, you have nothing. You've got a running back that we're still jury's out on because we can't give him the room to run. You know, we can't block worth the shit for the kid.
Right.
Agreed. So it's like, why would he come here? Why would why would we want him here when he couldn't get it done with the talent he's got there?
But the thing about it,
hell no, I definitely wouldn't want that fucker here.
If you throw that,
no, I would take if the price.
Burrow would get so hurt so fast, it'd be like unreal.
Even if you did, you threw that kind of money at Burrow, and he actually decided, "Yep, I'm gonna go to the Raiders." At the point you do that, then you just fucked everything else up because at this point the salary cap changes. Right? There's going to be cap hits everywhere, all over everywhere. So that 115 million that we thought we had is gone quickly. So if that'd be the Raiders as we've seen them forever. It'd be putting a Band-Aid on a freaking chest wound.
Well, also don't forget we're historically draft horribly. We can't make trades because we always fuck up the draft picks. So don't forget that too now.
Well, but there's also this too. It's kind of like we're kind of in a position now where we can actually freaking create it from the ground up. And if we get the young head coach, got some moxie to him, you know, that type of stuff, and we start over from ground up, right? And I'll tell you what, it can start with if we have the first pick and you think, and the coach we hire thinks that Mendoza is the dude, then you get him. And then you build around that.
Build 3 or 4 years later. You have that time.
Right. So
Head coach, quarterback.
Or you can be the Commanders who sucked, flat sucked for many years, got Jaden Daniels and went to the NFC Championship game. You know, accidentally. You know,
Well,
so
I think if they didn't have Cliff Kingsbury, I don't think Jaden Daniels would be as good. He just knows how to use the kid.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. But it's one of those where it's like, do we keep doing what we're doing? Or do we just erase it? Just go to the chalkboard, erase the whole fucking thing, and start to fuck over. Mm-hmm. The thing about it is, though, if you have the number one pick and the coach you hired turn this shit all around, says, I want this quarterback. Doesn't matter if it's Dante Moore, Mendoza, I don't care who it is. The beauty of it is if it's Dante Moore that they want, cool. You can actually trade back and get that guy. You know what I mean? So that's cool. But the thing about it is it has to be done as a complete reset. If it's done that way. You can't bring Tomlin in. You can't bring all these folks in, old heads in. If it's going to be a certain way and you're going to reset the deal, reset. You know, don't be afraid that Jamarcus Russell was the last freaking quarterback that we drafted in the first round. The dude is a freaking I don't even – it was the one throw that dude made in national championship games what made him the number one pick.
Well, that and his pro day where he was throwing 75 yards from his knees and shit, you know.
Right. Just could throw it out of the stadium. He just couldn't throw it to his own players.
Right. Jamarcus Russell, 100%.
Right. But the thing about it is, it's like if you're going to reset it, you reset. You're going to reset it, you reset it. And I don't think Spytek's part of that because he's a rookie freaking GM. So if you talk about rookies, do you bounce a freaking rookie GM? No, you don't. He comes from a great freaking background as a GM. I just don't think he's been offered the opportunity to have the kind of say that he should. So from me, all I'm saying is if you're going to reset it, you reset it. You just wipe it.
Oh, I'm ready for it. If we get a brand new head coach in here, I want clean slate on everything.
So who's the head coach? What OC or DC, Jeff? I'm asking you and all y'all. What OC or DC that is currently
What's up, Barney?
That currently in the NFL that you would like to see as the head coach?
I like Joe Brady as an option. LaFleur is a good one. I like anybody other than Joe Brady. I like guys that are going to be coming from the McVay tree because they've all been fairly successful. As much as it pains me to say that the Shanahan tree has been pretty damn good too.
Yeah.
You know, Kubiak is another good option too. I just saw Money Chuck put that name up. I know people have been throwing around. We're talking just head coaches. Never mind. Yeah, those are pretty much. I think I would narrow it down to those. And if anybody that's been a former head coach that I would want to come in here would be Saleh would be the only one I would pick right now. Because I think he did okay when he was with the Jets. They're just a horrible organization. Not that we're much
better. They had a bad quarterback too.
To me,
what'd you say, Jack?
I said they had a bad quarterback.
Oh God, yeah. Somebody already said it in the chat too. With Aaron Rodgers going there, killed them. That hurt him more than anything.
And Zach Wilson before that. So,
No, Zach Wilson was there. Was he there before him? Or did he draft him?
yeah, he inherited.
He did, right? Yeah.
And I always say this for like Zed, like, who like the Chargers got this year, and in their offensive lineman they got from the Eagles. Like the Eagles offensive line is so good, and then he came over to his team and like played like crap. So it's like, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But I would say head coach, I'd want Kubiak. And if I can get an offensive coordinator, I hope Mike McDaniels gets fired. I would like to see him as the OC. But well, I don't want to change. I don't want to change. Patrick Graham. I like what
he's
Patrick
gonna go. He's gonna go. Patrick Graham's gonna go. He's survived too many regimes here. He's gonna go. Time for him to go. Go on.
He's gone.
But Patrick Graham did better than what Pete Carroll's doing.
I don't give a shit.
Go on.
Patrick Graham's done.
Go on.
Well, we're gonna see, guys.
Nobody anybody that's on this team right now in the coaching staff is gone. Everybody, not a single soul left. I don't want anything left here. Even if there's a piece of paper with their name written on it somewhere, I want that gone too.
Hey,
I don't want anybody left.
Jeff, if there's one dude that's left on that coaching staff, it'll be Greg Olson. One dude.
Why?
No, see you later to him too.
But if there is one, it would be Greg Olson.
No.
I'm just saying.
Why would you say Greg Olson? Like when he came over with John Gruden the second time around, he was OC, but he didn't call a single play.
But so why do we keep bringing these guys back? That's the problem. They were here during the problem years, during bullshit years. Why do we keep bringing certain guys back?
No, I'm just saying.
No, see you later.
No,
Patrick Graham, he survived.
Wants like a clean slate. Like kill everyone who's been in this organization and start completely over from like zero, like an expansion team.
I'm just saying, if any state, it would be him.
Sorry. Because I did say excuse me.
Because the dude actually freaking knows how to coach football, and knows how to control a locker room. That'd be the only thing. I don't see him back. I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying clean sweep is gonna be freaking a clean sweep. If it's not a clean sweep, then we're gonna be dealing with the same shit next year we dealt with this year.
I don't even want the coaches. I don't even want the coaches staff photo left on the wall in the hallways. I want that going too.
Get rid of all
as if they were never even here.
Yeah. Okay, Mike, I got to ask you a question. What defense do you feel like the scheme was better? Patrick Graham's 4-2-5 versus Pete Carroll's cover 3, which hasn't been used since the 90s.
You can't even compare them. They're totally different. You got to look at the
that's
personnel.
What we're dealing with, right?
You got to look at the personnel. We don't even have the personnel to run the defenses like he had in Seattle.
I asked Mike that question, Jeff.
Yeah, but you can't. That's not even a fair question, is what I'm saying.
Look, Patrick Graham's not going to be out of the NFL. He's just not going to be in the race.
He's not here anymore. See ya.
To answer your question, Jack, I think what Jeff is saying is we just need an overall sweep. I mean, except for Deuce Gruden. No, that dude's got to stay on the team. I mean, you got to keep Deuce Gruden.
Hey, what's up,
monster. And that's a total joke. That's a total joke. But anyway, I mean, if you're going to start over, you got to start over.
I'm going to
I would like to keep Rob Leonard, but I mean, if you're going to make a clean sweep, you got to make a clean sweep. I mean,
I'm going to do my best.
Cut ties, man. You got to cut ties. You want to do a true rebuild, then you can't have any. You cannot have anybody left from past regimes, because you want somebody coming in that's on the same, that is going to be on the same page as you. So if you hire me as the head coach, I don't want anybody left. I want to bring in the people that I know are going to be with me 100%, are going to follow the plan that I'm setting going forward for the team. I don't want anybody that's been here before going, Well, when Patrick Graham was here, we did it this way. No, piss off. You're gone.
Right.
Stuff 805.
So, Jeff,
I'm
I
gonna
have a
do my-
question for you.
Hang on.
So, it's like,
That man's
I
trying to talk.
feel like Patrick Graham's going to be here. So, if Patrick Graham gets let go, who's going to be the DC?
Nobody. Until
Nobody?
next-
Whoever the head coach
No.
hires.
Who's going to be?
He's
Who's going to be
he's not
DC?
getting
Who
fired
do you
today,
think it's going to
Jack.
be?
He's not getting fired today, Jack. He's
You
gonna
can't-
get
you-
fired in
But
the
I feel
offseason.
like Patrick Graham's going to stay another regime, which he's
Oh.
done for the last 3 regimes
No.
because he's
No.
that good. He's a Yale graduate. He's smart.
What do you mean he's that
He knows
good?
his shit.
How is
You know
he that
how-
good?
You know how on your phone where you just like you had an app on there and you just slide it to the right? That's what the entire coaching staff needs to be. Like slide to the right. You know what I mean?
It's like scrubbing a hard drive on a computer. Just nothing
Yeah.
left. Get rid of every
Yeah, it's
file.
like I do like Philbin too, offensive line, assistant offensive lineman coach. But Brandon Carroll's there who fucks
There are
everything
dudes-
up every single week. I like him.
There are dudes I like there, but we're done with that shit. We
Oh,
need to
wait a minute.
start
Hold on.
over.
Now, hold on. What did you just say, Jack? You like who?
Philbin.
Oh. Well, you said I like him, and then you said Brendan Carroll. You didn't say Philbin's
No, I
name.
said I like Philbin. I hate Brandon Carroll. Dude, I've been saying fire Brandon Carroll for like week 2.
Well, not just you. Everybody
I
in
fucking
Raider
hate
Nation.
Brandon Carroll. He's like, keep the
That's no
sun.
secret.
You got to
Put the
fire
peanut
the
butter-
entire
We
family.
got questions.
Yeah.
We got questions from Arnie. I just want to address these questions from Arnie real quick.
Cool.
Who's the best QB in college football right now? I got to go with whoever won the Heisman at this point because that's the consensus. Unless you have Paiva or Paiva, and he thinks it should be co Heisman Trophy winners. Did you
Probably
see
is
that?
a fucking douche. The shit that he pulled, that
And I love the fact that he's also calling out he's pulling out the because he's Mexican. The guy that won it's last name is Mendoza. He's
he
he's
so by the
Hispanic
way,
or
yeah.
heritage or something. I don't know. But I just think it's funny. I gotta go with Mendoza.
And I'm like, wait, Pavia, I think that's actually Italian.
He dresses like he's Italian.
Yeah.
Question: what is the confidence level in Spytech rebuilding the Raiders, hiring a new head coach? If we don't get rid of, if he stays as the GM, I have to have all the confidence in him in the world. As long as Mark Davis stays out of the equation, Mark Davis cannot get his hands in there and say, "Oh, we're going to hire this now," because that's how we got stuck with Pete Carroll
Yep.
doing that.
Right.
Wow, Alabama just beat Oklahoma. Just an update, 34-24.
Oh,
That
did you
game was
see
on
that
tonight?
last one? Hey, did you
Yes.
see that last one?
Which last one?
The last comment.
Weber.
No, Jeff. There was a comment before that. If we get Mendoza,
Oh, the one from
Hey,
Chuck. Oh,
what
about the
about
Indiana's coach.
Signet. Let me tell you something. So he's not young, okay, but he's young. He's young as far as that's concerned. I will tell you, as an Indiana guy, that Signetti's not going to be an NFL coach. He's not going to do it.
Wow.
It's just not going to happen. So, all right.
Just to give you a quick recap, Jeff. Oklahoma came out 17-0.
Really?
Over Alabama. Alabama in the second half. By the end of the third quarter, they had like 14 yards of total offense in the second half.
Right.
Alabama or Oklahoma did, and they just then started throwing interceptions and everything else, and yeah. And then their field goal kicker misses 2 field goals that would have made it a 1-score game, but yeah, they lost 34-24.
I forget there was a game on tonight. I would have been watching it in the background.
So
Yeah, Miami's on tomorrow night at 5, or it'd be 8 your time.
Well, there's 2 games on. There's 2 NFL games tomorrow too. Remember that, people that are in fantasy football.
That's right. Yeah.
So,
Saturday games start.
And that's a lot of stuff I think me and you, Mike, were talking about last night. It was kind of like these games that are about to happen are going to determine whether some of these junior, sophomore quarterbacks are actually going to enter the draft or not.
Right.
That right there, Ty Simpson will not enter that draft. There's no way. Alabama's quarterback cannot enter the draft this year. Or I mean, that's
He's not. You mean he's not eligible, or you just don't think he's going to want?
I just don't think he should because
don't think he should. Okay, I got you.
Because the way he finished this season,
yeah,
terrible.
Well, they just beat Oklahoma.
Nav, Money Chuck's got a question. He goes, Nav, what do you know that I don't about Indiana head coach? He goes, I asked out of ignorance.
No, what I know about Cignetti is that he's not from Indiana at all. Not even close. He's never
But
even
coaching
he
Indiana
never even,
teams, so.
No, but he never even knew what Indiana was growing up as a kid. Cignetti is a freaking great head coach that is a little bit different. But I firmly believe that he will not be an NFL head coach because he is one of those dudes that wants to stick in the NCAA regardless of what players he has under him.
You got lucky with Mendoza.
Yeah, I mean, but I'll tell you what. I've seen
they got a lot more going on than just Mendoza. Come on now.
I've seen stranger shit happen, but Cignetti doesn't seem like a dude that is willing to freaking go to the freaking NFL with this quarterback. Just doesn't seem to be that guy. Look, I born and raised in Indiana, man, and IU being anywhere near even having a bowl game as a football team, kind of crazy.
Yeah, what the fuck are you pointing at?
I'm pointing. I'm curious because I pointed at Nav because I know Nav is a Notre Dame fan. I know Mike's a Notre Dame fan. I'm a Notre Dame fan. Jeff, I don't even know who's your college team.
The CCRI Knights.
Who the fuck are they?
The Community College of Rhode Island Knights.
CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah. I really don't have one.
I like that, Mike.
I really don't have one. I mean, I'll watch Notre Dame.
I'm just curious, like, I know.
I'm trying to answer the question.
Fans, so.
I know you're curious. I'm trying to answer it. I don't really have, I can't sit here and say, oh, I like these guys, without a doubt, blah, blah, blah. Growing up, like when I was in high school, I really liked Oklahoma, and I think a lot of that was because Boz was there, and there was just so much hype on him. But I also Oklahoma because I actually had my all my test scores and everything from high school sent there because I wanted to go to Oklahoma because of their fire school. They had like one of the best fire schools in the country. I wanted to go there to get my fire science degree. So by default, I kind of became a little bit of an Oklahoma fan, but I've always been interested in watching Notre Dame. I mean, in all honesty, who I watch probably more football of in college is the Army and Navy, believe it or not. And I never served, but I just like the discipline that you see in those games. They're not throwing the ball all over the field. They're strictly hard-nosed. That's an offensive lineman's dream right there, is to play for one of those teams because it's a run game first, and as a lineman, oh, hell yeah, I'd do that all day long. I want my running back to have a 200-yard game every game.
Jeff,
it's a different beast.
Great, Jeff. You just gave Bob the opportunity to tell how Navy beat my Army team.
I'm not going to go there. I mean, it was pretty clear this year who the better of the two teams were. It was one of those off years where it wasn't going to be that good of a game.
But I didn't think it was going to be, but it turned out to be a good game. Now, we had you guys close, man. 16-17. Come on now. It's not like you kicked our ass.
What's up, Bush Raider?
funny part of this is Nugget Overdose said Jeff's a Razorback hog.
Yeah.
Come on, you know that. I know. Yeah, Money Chuck. That was my answer to you. I've not met the dude, but I can tell that dude is all in IU. He's not all in and necessarily just about Mendoza. You know what I mean? He's all about freaking squaring this team away. Oh, by the way, Power 5 conferences, IU up until last year had the worst winning percentage of any Power 5 team in college football until Signetti.
Oh, I know what I want to tell Nav and Mike. When I was in Philly last week, now obviously everybody knows last Saturday was the Army-Navy game, which I watched. This is the first year, and I don't know how many years that I didn't actually get to watch it because we were out and about in the city and wasn't able to really watch it. But I always watch that game because I just like the respect that they have for each other, the tradition at the end of the game between the winners and the losers, with the respective branches songs and everything. But at the hotel Friday night, I'm outside having a cigarette. Some guy walks by me and he's got a long, and I could tell it was a military style, like a long winter coat, the long dress jackets, like the wool ones. And
those things are fucking nice.
All I saw was USM because of the way he had it folded over his shoulder. So as he walked by, I'm thinking it must be USMC. So I went Go Navy because I know Marines usually cheer for the Navy for that game because they're kind of like an off branch of the Navy anyway. So
they actually, guys going into the Marines also play on the Navy team.
Yeah. So I said to him, I said, Go Navy, right? And he stops dead in his tracks. And he turns and looks at me. He goes, did you say Go Navy? I said, yeah. Now he's probably about your height, Mike. He's I don't really know how tall you are, but he's shorter than
5'10". I like 5'10".
He's definitely shorter than me then. So he was a smaller dude, and he goes and he holds up the back of the jacket so I can see the whole thing. It says USMA, so United States Military Academy. He's Army. So he goes, the guy looked like he was ready to kill me.
I know Mike's proud about that.
He goes,
that's
Navy?
A funny story.
Said, oh shit. I said, all I saw was the USM because of the way you had your jacket over your shoulder. I thought it was going to say USMC. He goes, no, man, Army. I said, hey, I never served. I said, my dad was in the Army. So I said, I'll say go Army right now then, So he came over. He actually shook my hand. We talked for a minute, and then he went on. Yeah. He was going to the game on Saturday. That's why he was there. But I looked at when I realized it was the same weekend we were going to be in Philly, and we're only 4 hours away from Baltimore at that point.
Right.
Just for the hell of it, I looked up the price of tickets. Yeah, that's as far as I went, was looking at them, because the cheapest ticket I found was like $1,100 to $1,500 range.
Exactly. Those games are not easy to get tickets to.
I am trying for something next season. Notre Dame and Navy are playing here in New England at Gillette Stadium next season.
You like tradition. There's a huge tradition between Navy and Notre Dame too.
Oh, I know that. I usually watch that game too. That's one of the other games that I tend to watch religiously every year is the Notre Dame Navy game.
They helped each other out during World War. Yeah, they helped each other out in World War II. With their colleges.
The Army Navy game is by far my favorite game to watch every year. And like I said, I ended up missing it this year. It's the first time I've missed it in a long time.
The crazy part about all of it is this may all change quite a bit college football wise after this year. So with the Notre Dame being taken out of the
playoff.
And then
Mike. I just sneezed.
Navy was actually 12-2 or something like that. So, and they weren't even in the top 25. So it was like, I'm like, okay,
Yeah, we went from 9 to 12 after beating a team by like 30 something fucking Stanford by 30 points, and we dropped in the rankings.
No, but the crazy part is the whole way they do the rankings.
Right.
Notre Dame in front of Miami the entire freaking season.
9
Right.
versus 12, right, bro?
Even though Miami even though Miami beat them, but then neither one of the teams play each other. And then in the final week, when you decide who's getting in, who's getting out, Miami is above Notre Dame.
They want us to join the ACC. Or us, I say us. Notre Dame. They want Notre Dame to join the conference.
But it's causing problems. It's going to cause problems. I think the next year's college playoffs is going to be a little bit different. Something's going to change. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know. But it sounds to me like there was an agreement with the NCAA if the Notre Dame was placed in the top 12, they would make the playoffs. And they did.
Tulane made it. Oh yeah, James Madison made it. Notre Dame doesn't. Are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
Well, and the thing is, at the end of the season, Notre Dame was probably one of the better teams in the NCAA.
Yeah, we lost our first two games, and then we won out. I mean, we blitzkrieg the rest of the season.
A guy named Carr, like he never played a college game. It's like
stop,
and like wins it all out.
Stop.
Hey, shout out to On Six with the $2 super chat. The U, it's all about the U. FND. Crybabies.
And I got to say something to you guys right now. It's like my son just had his interview.
Thanks, On Six. I appreciate you, brother.
You know, Nab knows this. Mike knows this. Jeff, I don't think you know this. I've been my son wants to be a pilot, and he goes to San Jose State.
Multiple times too.
Well, wait.
Sure, you don't have dementia.
He applied for the Coast Guard yesterday.
Oh, really?
Coast Guard. So comes in after he graduates to go in as a second lieutenant in the Coast Guard. So he just did his application yesterday. So I'm proud of him, dude. I salute my son right now, Jeremy Kennan. I love you, kiddo.
They fly planes and helicopters, so he still could.
That's what I was telling him. That's what I was trying to tell him that one night. I told him the same thing, man. Fucking C-130s. That's when his son wanted to fly C-130s. Fucking yeah. For fucking
helicopters, Hueys, Apaches. You get all that shit.
Yeah, I got the Coast Guard. Like
I will talk to you as being a chief. I'll talk to your son. It's like, yeah, he doesn't want to talk to any old dudes like us, but he was like,
keep him.
I never expected
Hey, just think he could either get into the aviation side, or they'll stick him on a dinghy with like a 25 horsepower outboard and let him go out to the ocean. There you go, kid. Get out there.
Hey,
here's your first command.
Jeff, what he wants to do like you. He wants to be like you. You know, my family's all about firefighters too. So he ultimately, like when he's done with the Coast Guard, he wants to fly C-130s and drop fire retardant on fires in California. So there's a connection right here, all of you guys. So thank you guys. I salute to that.
Fucking Coast Guard is like 2 blocks south of me, and they patrol the whole West Coast.
Property? Well, you're a rich fucker, huh? You got beachfront property, you rich fuck.
Shit,
No. I'm like 100 and something miles from the beach. Yeah. No, I'm a Sacramento.
I am the
What the hell's the Coast Guard doing inland like that?
Well, because Sacramento for a plane, that ain't shit.
Oh, for a plane, all right. Well, you didn't say that. When I think Coast Guard, I'm thinking like they got a port near you or something that they tie up to.
No, it's not a port. It's just like it used to be McClellan Air Force Base. Then it's not an Air Force Base; it's an air park now. And the Coast Guard and the CDF. CDF is California Department of Forestry, and they take care of forest fires too. And as far as dropping the retardant, and they all use the C-130s. They're
That
flying by my
Alameda,
house all the time.
Alameda,
Huh?
Alameda.
No, Sacramento.
Oh,
It's right.
Sacramento. Okay,
Well,
gotcha.
it's actually North Highlands, but Sacramento County.
Yeah, North Island.
Well, I hate to bring this to an end. We're at 3 hours. I wasn't
Yeah,
planning
man.
to be on this long tonight.
Hey, love you guys, man. This is great. I had
This
a
was fun.
blast with y'all, bro. Good time.
Good times.
So next Friday night will be the last Friday night mic drop with Chris and I. So next Friday night, make sure you guys tune in. Day after Christmas, we'll be on at 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Pacific. I don't know how long we'll be on for that night, but we will be on. And then starting on January 2nd is going to be the new show, the No Huddle, which is what this one is here. So anybody that came in late and missed the beginning of this, the first hour or so, I had Miss Peggy on, just her and I talking about the disaster with this team and her take on things. So, yeah. So going forward, the whole premise behind the new show, the No Huddle, it's not going to be strictly a Raider fan show. It's going to be more inclusive to fans of other teams. So if there's fans of the Broncos in the chat and they want to come on screen, I'm going to bring them on. We can talk their team. So it's not going to be strictly a Raiders chat or Raiders type show. So it's going to be, like I said, more inclusive. We're going to cover more NFL teams is what I want to do. So I got a new theme song and video coming up. I got a buddy of mine that's putting the video together. I wrote the song and did it last night. So that's all done. So he's just putting together the video clips to make it into an actual intro outro. So
Nice.
So that's it, everybody. I don't know. I may be on tomorrow night. The last call is no longer on Saturday night, so we will not be on tomorrow night with the last call. And the Monday morning quarterback is no longer also. So both
What?
of those shows are off the air.
Why? I was just curious. Or should I ask you off screen?
I can fill you in.
I'll ask you off screen. I'm sorry.
Tell me too, Jeff.
All right.
Hey, Jeff, just want to tell you one thing, man.
Go for it.
You the man, bro.
I appreciate that.
Love you, no shit. You're welcome in my world. I'm welcome in yours, I think.
Yep.
No matter what it is. I know we only met each other face to face on YouTube, but I feel like you're a brother of mine. So thank you very much for having me on.
No, you're welcome. We'll all meet up at some point in the future, I'm sure.
Yeah,
that's the goal. Is to meet more people that do these shows like this, and but it's going to take me getting out of New England to do it. So
sure.
Well, get your ass to Bakersfield, bro.
Why the fuck would I go to Bakersfield before I go to Vegas?
Well, I'm going to. I'm not going to
go to Bakersfield for a weekend when I can put that money towards going to Vegas. No offense to anybody that goes to the Bakersfield or runs Vegas.
Vegas is not what you. Vegas is not all that, bro.
You got to realize I've never been to a home Raiders game. So to me, going to Vegas and seeing them play at home is going to be a tear out of the eye moment. Just like it was for me the very first Raiders game I went to back in '94. Here in New England, I walked in and I saw our team on the field. It's like I could feel the tear build up in the corner of my eye. I saw that in my wife's face this past Sunday. That was her first NFL game, obviously her first Raiders game too.
That's awesome.
She had it. You could see it in her face. She was just like so happy to be there. Froze our goddamn asses off, but it was worth every minute of it. So she had a blast. So.
G-Fam, why you got to be such an asshole, bro?
What is G-Fam saying?
He says, get a room.
Nugget overdose, yes.
Fam,
so in 2 weeks, if you want to come on the show and be on camera and talk about your team, you're more than welcome. So spread the word if you know anybody that's a fan of a team that's not the Raiders that want to be involved in that show on Friday nights. By all means, let your friends know. If you live somewhere that you're around fans that aren't Raider fans and they want to talk their team, This is what this show is going to be turning into in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Oh, and Bueno, this is when we were in Philly, we went to Mitchell and Ness, their actual flagship store in Philly, and that's the hat. I got that there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice snapback captain's hat. I got that hat and
it's old school Shield. I like that.
yeah, and my guy LV Gear gave me this hat too. So I went from having no actual baseball hats that I could wear with Raiders stuff on it to I got the LV hat, and now I got this one.
Nice.
You know how much I got this hat for? Take a guess. I bet you won't guess.
$25.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Right on the money.
Good call, Mike.
It's
Hey,
actually it's actually $32.
Mike gets $45 for that.
It was $32 on the shelf, but they were having a special on headgear, and they had a rack with all hats that were marked down. So this was $32. I got it for like $25.
I should have said a higher number. So my bad. I should have said a higher number.
I kind of liked it, but it didn't have the snapback. It had the strap, but with the metal clasp that folds. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then they had a corduroy one. They had a corduroy hat, and all I could think of was the pants I used to have to wear as a kid in the 70s. I'm like, not get a corduroy hat.
Hey man, hey, love you. I just want these the other two dudes to be able to my boys Mike and Jack be able to freaking bid their farewell to you on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and bow out. Okay.
Hey Nav.
Later, Nav. Thanks for coming in, man.
Brother.
I appreciate it.
I love
Have
you.
a good night, Nav. Have a good night, Nav.
Oh, is that fight already over? The Jake Paul fight? I hate that kid. Jake Paul. I can't stand that fucker.
Yeah, well, let's do this ass kid. Go talk to Angelo, dude. Angelo likes that boxing stuff. So does Rafa.
Yeah, I can. Does nothing for me, man. Jake Paul lost? Good.
Come. It's like
all right, everybody.
I give him some cred. It's like, he's not a professional boxer. He just said YouTube and said, I'm a badass and I'm going to fight you. And he fights like old dudes that don't have anything left in the tank.
You know
He's
what?
a big dude.
I'm a YouTuber and I just became a boxer. Jack, you're my first fight. Let's go.
Ooh.
Okay, well, we can fight.
Ooh. I'll be the ref.
You got to wear your PJs.
I gotta watch it. All right, everybody.
It's a fight, not your sexual fantasy, Jack.
No sexual shit of that. No. Jeff got the PJs. If you remember back in the day, it's like Jeff has PJs.
Well, we know about his ones.
Again, fellas, I love you guys. Merry Christmas to both of you, and Merry Christmas to the Raider Nation. It's like,
I'll see you over the weekend. I'll be popping on at some point. I will be on Tuesday night for definite with the Most Notorious. There is no Raider connection this week because it is Christmas Eve, and there is no Raiders Coast to Coast because it is Christmas Day. But we will be back next Friday night with a pull-up show just like this. It'll be the last one that Chris and I do together. So everybody have a wonderful evening, great weekend, and as I always say, stay safe and go Raiders.
Go Raiders.
401. 401. Silver and black, yeah, we never fold. New winning roots with a Raider soul. East Coast grind, West Coast pride. Raider Nation, worldwide. 401, say it loud. 401, feel that sound from the stands to the screen. This is Raider Talk with